Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Kara, Olive, and Ari. For some reason that really threw me off.
Wolverine and Robin hands.
Yes, Dan is also, what?
Robin. One Piece, anybody?
I like how I asked what, and you responded with words a different way. Thank you. We're going to have Dan with us as well. Dan is just running a little bit late. But before we get into our Starfinder, just a couple of quick announcements. Give me one moment here. We do have a new soundboard for the first time, and so if you could let us know how you can hear things, that would be super helpful to us.
With your ears, bitches.
Yeah, with your ears, just because we can't hear it. We're just kind of in person. But please let us know throughout tonight kind of how things are landing, how you're hearing things. Super helpful to us. We have an upcoming upgrade for our cameras as well, we hope. Sometime around January 30th or 31st, we should be shifting from
Dan
7... Yeah, I can hear Dan. With a 78 degree field of view with our cameras that are going to be 90 degree fields of view, which means we're going to be able to crowd a little bit less and spread out here, and then perhaps move the cameras down a little bit lower so that you'll be able to see everything you'll just feel like you're more part of the table.
Get an additional 12 degrees, man.
Yeah, no, those 12 degrees make a huge difference. 6 degrees.
I'm so excited for an additional 12 degrees. Space.
Yeah. Oh, that's 12 degrees right over there. But that is going to be right towards the end of January. We have a YouTube, an Instagram, a Threads, a Blue Sky at Alberon RPG, managed by the outstanding Olive, who has been doing some Canva wizardry that has really inspired us to up our game a little in a variety of another number of areas.
And a
I
Patreon.
had trouble with that. Oh yeah, we have a Patreon. That's a thing. I didn't put that in.
You know who runs that? Me.
Social media wizard. So yeah, you can look at the Patreon. There's a number of different rewards that are available. I'm still not 1,000% clear on what Patreon is, but we have one now. There is also on our YouTube a State of Alberon for the year of announcements that are ahead. You can see the different themes, the different special events, the anthologies. There is a tremendous amount of stuff that is coming up in 2025. So you can see that when it airs on, not when it airs, it's up on at Alberon RPG YouTube. Sunday is going to be Fallout, Blackhearted Texas. We are playing live a brand new system as a group of adventurers has been summoned to the Ghoul Baron in Rose's Cantina in the settlement of Bliss, Texas, with the promise of a job that will change their lives forever. I wrote this story. I'll be running the game. Matt will be playing Bob the Ghoul. Kara will be playing Peggy the Merchant. Olive will be playing Mr. Handy Unit named Miss Greta. And then from our D&D crew, Vincent will be playing Jebedias, the Super Mutant. Hannah will be playing Madeline, the former Brotherhood of Steel member. And then rounding out our cast is Alana, a gunslinger survivor who really embodies many people's ideas of Texas. We are, many of us, dressing up with cool special props and physical kind of handouts. There is fully painted minis, and Modifius, the company that makes the game, is not a sponsor, but they have been really supportive on social media, so thank you, Modifius. We have Monument Studios music in addition to Sirenscape for sound, and that is all the announcements that I have for this week. And so, it's time for this week's session of Mosaic Team 5.
And diplomatic officer, technically.
Let me go ahead and shift the music to something a little bit more
Relaxing? Recappy?
I don't know if you guys remember where you were when we last left off.
I am fully relaxed.
Somewhere wet.
That's true.
So
Both
relaxed.
are technically true. Okay. And please let us know too how the sound is so that we make sure that we are audible with our new sound system. All right. Mosaic Team 5. When we last played, Gibbs and the Scab Rats built a shrine of food effigy, or a shrine out of food, to Hoagie, allowing Gibbs to resurrect him into a new form, that of a Jubnan, a large frog-like creature with a single stout foot, larger than evenly large Hoagie was previously. Delighted and confused, the Scab Rat clan settled into their rooms at the Elysium resort, along with the other members of the team. With varying degrees of rest and relaxation, the team started their spa arc with dreams of therapies and meditations, only to be thwarted by fully booked rooms in the morning, partially thanks to woes by talent.
And people not too big.
And, well, that wasn't really the cause. Echo opted for a therapeutic tendon operation and was otherwise occupied for the day. Bubs convinced Hisoka, Spice's father, to watch him soak in the second hottest spring to break records and definitely not to win money. Spice met the tattooed Dren, only to realize that she wanted a different service. She and a recently jilted Gibbs, who a little upset after being stood up by Bubbles, a little bit of a negative influence from Hisoka perhaps, to attend a druidic naked meditation session. There they hoped to gain a connection to the divine. Rather than healing her connection to the grandmother, Gibbs got a line on a potential god opportunity in the grotto, an opening soon, dated 2 years ago, attraction in the basement of the resort. Shade, you eventually accompanied Bubs and Hisoka in the Radiance Hot Springs, where Bubbles beat the record completely honestly and without cheating, but perhaps with like a little bit of cheating. They all decided on a couples massage with Squeak to de-stress, where Bubs and Shade discussed their feelings around relationships, and Shade confessed his growing hatred that he does not quite understand. At Gibbs's insistence, the team met for a family dinner, where she pitched a casual spot of breaking and entering. After a brief discussion by Mosaic Team 5 standards, the team agreed, with Echo declining in favor of a massage to heal the wounds on the recently lifted tendons. Before their excursion, the Amidos separately sought assistance with emotional maturity before displaying a stellar example of father-daughter synchronicity and teaming up to distract the lone security guard in front of the grotto entrance. Now standing in front of a locked door between them and the divine, you had all actually made your way out and into the room that is beyond that. You can see off and to the right there's this sleek floating above the ground metallic console that has a little light that beeps showing like readiness, and this huge door in front of you where recently added you can see this blast door has been inserted into the wall. For all of you, that is where we begin this evening, but we're actually going to start with you, Echo.
Hi.
Just
Everything is fine.
I don't like the ominous music that like to start the session.
you
It is-
don't?
I
It
mean,
is okay that I am
You
slow.
just gotta dance to it.
Everything is wonderful.
I'm
Just-
scared.
just
Slow
like
is
dancing.
good.
You just gotta
Slow
dance.
is good. Fault is beautiful.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the song. You just gotta dance.
Calm transition music. That will be better for you.
Calm transition music is better in my
Okay.
current mental state.
As your time in the hot springs comes to a conclusion and the near boiling water eases the aches and pains of a drastic surgery almost magically, you can still see tender healing biological skin and muscle grafted to synthetic material. You can see dark red anchor points to the new tendons emerge from the skin of your heel, hooking up to the exoskeleton beneath. But even as you emerge, you can feel there is a spring in your step. Quite literally, you are significantly faster than you were before. You have also just been hailed by your team to meet you down by the underwater grotto. Mosaic Team 5, is there anything else that you're communicating to your operative?
Yes. Hey, can you pick up that key that was at that? You remember that cool mosaic thingy? And there was like a gear, and I like doodled like a quick word art photo of it.
Okay.
And also, I couldn't talk to the guard because the guard no longer works here. So, good thought. Sorry? And I just do like ... question mark.
Okay.
And I send like stream of consciousness annoying text to Echo.
Echo like pauses while the words come in like 4 at a time.
Yeah, super annoying. Lots of spelling mistakes.
So if I am to understand you, you wish for me to steal the art object located above the entrance to the entire resort without being seen, to bring it to your location, which seems to be in a guarded area of the facility, also unseen, so that you can go through an underground blast door.
Yeah, and if you find the right half of the key, that would be great too. No problem, right?
Okay, you get a little emoji or a thumbs up or a reaction from Echo. So Echo, what are you doing with that?
Echo's gotta go to the Mosaic thing entrance to find a key?
And I sent you a little like doodle of
Echo's
the
got
gear.
like, how good is this doodle?
I'll roll for it.
Yeah, sure.
How doodled? Is this like a Bubs doodle where it's helpful? Or
Make a
is...
performance check.
There's no performance. How about diplomacy?
Bub just wants to watch Gibbs doodle. He's not gonna help. He just wants to.
Like, you go,
Engineering.
Don't help, just film.
I don't know,
How
you tell
about
me.
mysticism? For drawing, we're gonna say this is sleight of hand.
I'd like to imagine
Right.
Gibbs holds a pencil. With the
That
whole fist.
one! That one!
There's
my
no
God.
key
It's
there.
a doodle. Gibbs sends it to you, and as you look at it at first, it looks kind of like Gibbs maybe just sat on their communicator. But
sure.
as you really start to look at it, you can see maybe Gibbs being really careful with information, trying to disguise this map as something a little bit more abstract.
Yeah, this is a good way to cover tracks. It's almost indecipherable, and Echo doesn't want to admit that they can't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, Gibbs has really kind of thrown you for a loop here. You can't break.
Gibbs,
this
you did a really good job. You could put this on the fridge back
Thanks,
on
I
the shelf.
sneezed halfway through, but I think it made it better.
Yeah.
Echo heads back towards their room because they have to go through like the lobby area to go to the rooms, right?
Yep.
Okay. So they go through the lobby and keep an eye out for whatever key half.
Make a perception check.
Oh, Gibbs, it's your lucky day.
Thank fucking God.
That's a 39, boss.
Wow.
So you can see there is a truck that outside reads simply provisions, and it is this silver truck that is almost to a mirror sheen, and off that mirror sheen you can see reflected as it like pulls up, and you can see the hover kind of lowers. There is a mosaic that is painted above the entrance, and you can see there is this angel that is half human, half Kaisar, this sort of coral-like creature, and above it there is this almost comically small little half halo, and it does look like a very complex kind of like machined mechanism of some kind. It is roughly 30 feet up on the face of the spa. You can see you would need to crawl past roughly like 15 feet of glass exterior. You can see there is like this attendant who just kind of waves to you as you walk by, who is like staring right out this window. It is nighttime outside, and so that will provide you some element of cover. It is just you and the attendant in this lobby, though.
Echo waves to the attendant, goes to their room.
Okay.
Changes into their armor.
Okay.
And uses the glamour projector to kind of just like put on a very straightforward black suit.
Okay.
To just like go out the lobby entrance and like casually pretend to be taking the night air.
Okay. So, Echo, you do your best to channel a southern gentleman and go out into the night to catch some air as you are getting, I guess.
Aw, geez, those fireflies are mighty good this
Yeah.
time of year.
You make your way out, no problem. You can put on a pretty nondescript outfit. You don't need to roll for that or anything. And with your previous check, you can go outside. It's relatively quiet out here. Let me see if there's anybody pulling up. Give me just one moment.
As we're waiting, I like to think I'm teaching Gibbs how to draw.
Okay, no problem. You're looking at what Gibbs sent, and it's not decipherable, and it's not intentional. So no problem. You try your best, and you're pretty good at drawing. For you, Echo, you easily can see this sort of spot. There is nobody pulling up, and so it's just like empty out front. You can turn, and looking up, you can see about 30 feet up this little kind of thing.
Is there like not glass wall like around to the side that Echo could like scale to get like up and around.
Yeah.
To the art thing.
Carved of the actual stone of this kind of planet or asteroid or moon itself, you can see there is like the wall that rises up and becomes like the ceiling, and also above the glass windows about 15 feet high becomes like a stone, almost like the front of a courthouse, like that facade. And so you can climb up the side and then go over the facade, which is where the mosaic is.
All right, that is Echo's plan,
Okay.
and to do it at like stealthily,
Sure.
James Bond style.
No problem. So go ahead and make a stealth check.
It's a lot easier when you don't have talons.
Just
Sorry,
draw
Colin.
a circle. Just all you have to do is one. Just no. That's like a square.
41.
41. With a 41, it's empty out here, but irrespective of that, you remain as quiet as you can. With this black suit, you just blend into the shadows even better. You move up and out of sight using the darkest parts in the spaces between the little glowing lanterns that float, and you just kind of like a spider quietly make your way up. The attendant has no idea. You hear them begin to like softly sing to themselves, and it's in an off key that tells you that they believe that they are alone. You are completely unseen.
All right. Echo gets up to the mosaic. How big is this thing?
This thing is 55 feet wide, and so it's about 25 feet from where you are to the actual piece itself.
Oh, okay. So the piece is not 55 feet wide.
No.
Oh, God.
The piece itself is maybe like a foot and a half wide. It's
Okay.
a piece of metal that is about this wide, and then it's arced slightly.
So I could potentially fit it into, say, the what?
A portable hole.
Yeah. So I was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Portable hole.
My
Someone use a bottle.
Well, that too.
I thought that you were going to say your hidden compartment, and I was going to say
no,
that's
it's
a
not going to
no-go.
fit in my hidden
Yeah.
compartment.
But no, definitely into a portable.
So Echo like kind of slides along the edge. They think they've seen like Bubs watching a movie like this at some point, and tries to like gently pry the art object.
No
Off
check
the wall?
required. The thing that is hard about this is that it's hidden, and if you're not looking for a key shaped like a half arc, you wouldn't find it. But it's very easy for you to remove. It slides out almost like it was intended to. You can feel that so when you look at this up close, it looks almost like gear teeth along the edges of it, and as you pull it out, this slot is perfectly shaped for it. So it slides out as if it's been lubricated and just comes away easy, and as you pull it free, it just splits all the way out and is a perfect gear that now is multiple different pieces that you can see like kind of lock and interlock and likely rotate into 3 different wheels within themselves. And this would be a very challenging mechanical lock to pick.
They put it in their portable hole and reverse course, and then just kind of casually walk back through the lobby again.
So it's still like a brisk jog for most people, but yeah, no problem. You just move 110 feet in 6 seconds through the lobby.
Oh no, casually, like Echo's going casual. And then once they get out of the lobby in the direction of the grotto, they're gonna test their tendon suspension.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You don't even need to sneak past that guy. He's never gonna see you.
With the intent that it goes so fast that it's just a breeze.
So you want to speed stealth by them.
I want to speed stealth as far as I possibly can, and then if there's just like a lone guard intently staring, Echo will stealth.
So go ahead. What we're going to call this. This is just a flat stealth check. You are taking a +8 conditional modifier, and this is just the need for speed bonus.
Love it.
Yes.
I am doing math. Math is good. This is a 48.
A 48.
Highest
A
roll
48.
yet by far.
Not only are you quiet, so you run. You test these new suspensions, and for you, Echo, designed within your very being, there is this element of stealth. Not only are you quick, you are silent. And you rush along this place with the echolocators. You feel like you can hear people well ahead. It's like you have a sonar and a map of these halls before you even arrive. And so easy to stay out of sight. And you can hear with your echolocation the sound of like, as this guy is watching racing videos in the basement, And as you just roar straight past, for all of you, you can hear it is like this person just turns their volume way up because there is this, and you hear him outside past the flopping plastic kind of tarp. He just goes, "Oh, they're making this realistic now," and you just see Echo right past the tarp and into the room. Incredibly fast. This is faster
we
than you saw
blink.
899. This is the fastest person that you have seen so far. You feel
Faster
pretty confident.
than Miles?
Pretty close.
Wow.
Echo's just sitting there, and there's like a visible smile as they just say, "Relaxation is good."
Wow.
And then there is a brief like of steam, and you can like feel where the tendons have anchored into your like bones. There is almost like a red kind of glow. It's hot. This is still like a fresh injury. It doesn't feel great, but it still feels pretty good.
Oh no, the feelings are good.
Did you get my text? Did you go pick up the thing? You couldn't have done it that fast.
What thing?
The little half circle, the thing that goes in this thing.
This thing.
You did get it! Wow, I'm impressed.
Yes, your drawing was accurate.
She's learning how to do it. I'm teaching her.
Nice. Now we just need one more. If you slot it in,
So when you take it in your little paws,
Yeah.
Echo like folded it back up. But when you take it in your paws, it kind of springs open,
Yeah.
almost like a bear trap in reverse, and pops open into a full circle. So you can take this and just stick this right in.
Well, do the honors, my friend. I thought we were gonna have to go get a second one.
You stick it in Giz's paws, it open, and she just gives it right back to you.
Besides, it's too small. I can't. Put it in the hole. Put it in the hole. Put it in that hole.
Put it in the hole! Put it in my hole!
No pressure.
Ahsoka leans forwards and just says, "If it's hard, you can just slide it in slow first."
I'll spit on it.
It is the numerous adulation that accompanies it.
It means that it's ribs, Gibbs.
That's not what it means.
You find the little grooves and you line it up, and just like how it felt sliding out, it feels sliding right back in. There is grease that is put into these grooves so that it is almost like magnetic, that it pulls in, but there's no magnetism here. When
It's not even 7:30.
I know.
Kids are still up.
When the circle of this ring kind of enters into the wall, the seam disappears. This is perfectly machined to fit flush. It looks like it just ceases to be separate pieces. And the door, and you can hear and feel this puff of hot air just rush out. The door opens and then almost immediately like pushes almost half shut because the temperature on the other side of this is so intense.
Like it's hot
Hot.
inside the grotto.
Let's talk about how hot it is inside this grotto
Wait, Joe, can we see how Gibbs'
Like-
drawing did?
We're probably gonna be
in a
vaporized.
second. You are not going to be vaporized. So past this kind of like
If we go-
console, through the door, you can see that there is a room that is like full of steam. This you can also see has a number of like strange sort of carvings. It's a big circular room on the other side, maybe 80 feet wide. And for those of you who can see in the dark, it's pretty easy to see most of the way across. Yeah, for androids, you can see absolutely no problem.
I can see through smoke and steam.
You can smell also.
Yeah.
You can
She
see in
knows
the
hair
center
burns.
of the room there is a massive towering pillar of beautiful white stone that has hundreds of pieces of faceted smooth glass that are hung from silvery chains, and then water trickles down these trains in like little drops, creating a very unique soothing melody that kind of drips and drops throughout the space. Before even passing into there though, you can see the whole floor. It seems like the stairs from the room that you are in drop down about 3 or 4 steps and then just becomes water. And this whole interior chamber is like a hot spring in and of itself. It's not as hot as a radiant hot spring is. Bubbles, you and Echo, you having been there, you get the sense that this is probably, oh yeah, you as well, Shade, this is probably about 110 degrees. But going further in and spending a long time here, you imagine will probably count as being an extreme heat. In Starfinder, what extreme heat means is that a character must attempt a fortitude saving throw once every 10 minutes, or take 1d4 non-lethal fire damage, and if you're wearing heavy clothing or armor of any sort, you take a -4 penalty to your save.
Ooh.
A character can attempt a survival check to get a bonus to this throw if there is some kind of like, if you can think of something that you're doing to like help with the heat. If a creature takes any fire damage this way, they become fatigued. And that is an important consideration moving forward, and these penalties will end when you recover from non-lethal damage taken by the heat. It's that hot on the inside.
Quite hot.
Do you still have that scent sleeve?
Oh yeah, it's in the can. Bubs takes out his his ratchet deodorant spray.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like ratchet,
'Cause
the actual like the tool or like the adjective.
He's
It's
saying
adjective.
yeah,
Okay.
It's like axe.
because he rebranded his synth spray.
Oh right.
I'm also gonna pick up the drawing. I don't know.
Ooh, it's the best thing you've ever seen. It's comparable to the Mona Lisa,
What is
but
it?
there's a smile. It's a 19. So I went from a 1 to a 19 in like the 5 minutes we were
So
doodling.
with just the couple of pointers that you have, Gibbs went from sending kind of what looked like Gibbs's Xerox like their paw on like a like mashed into some sweet potato, like vague shapes and kind of like suggestions. Now you're just like, well, Gibbs, you just got to do like these couple of things, and Gibbs just draws almost perfect like a portrait of you, and just like this little mysterious smile. You're like, who is that guy? And then you're like, oh, it's me, and it's a little flattering, and it is also a little bit like Gibbs picked this up fast. This is a skill that you have built over like a long time. This is kind of your thing. And Gibbs really got good at it in the span of about 30 minutes.
Bubs is thinking, I provided the oval.
There's a certain bard lock that feels you.
And then Gibbs just finished the rest of the owl.
I'm gonna hold on to it and keep it for a keepsake.
Okay, no problem.
So the synth spray I think has 20 uses. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think that's right, Gibbs.
And so I think we can get everyone in the team once. But I don't have any extra after
I've used all of mine besides
Right.
the one I got.
we use it a lot.
I
And
use
so
it so much.
is it
I've
fair,
only
Joe, if
used
we do
mine.
one application for everyone
Yeah,
and then it's
that's fine.
empty?
I mean, I think
It's 10 applications.
these three have.
Um,
So you take a can of synth spray and
Yeah.
you just kind of share it amongst yourselves between the 6 of you. It takes most of the can.
cool. And that gives you
5 DR.
to heat though is
Oh, sorry. No. When coded, you gain resistance 10 to acid, cold, electricity, and fire,
right.
Nice.
as well as immunity to contact poisons, drugs, and other toxins.
Cool.
So you can't drop acid while synth sleep.
Aw, damn it.
Yeah.
Cool. So everyone's got that
Sacrifices.
10 to
Plus 10.
plus 10 too.
Nice.
And with the synth sleeves on, if you want to get a little bit closer, you can feel it makes a substantial difference. Definitely helps. You imagine, when they wears off in an hour, that will, of course, leave you in the middle of a very hot space without protection. That being said,
Shade's making a mental note of when we've applied
okay.
so that we'll have an adequate amount of time to make our way back if we need to backtrack.
So you start 2 timers. One that's
Yeah.
keeping track of how long it's taking you to get where you are, and then another one that's like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and whenever
like
they kind of
reverse-
meet
yeah.
each other, you'll start it back. No
So
problem.
there's this pretty column thing spring in the middle of the room.
So in the room that you are right now, there is a bunch of sofas. There's a computer console that's like floating above the floor, and then in the room that you're going into next, a couple stairs down into like a hot spring, and then in the middle of that, you can see this kind of like beautiful pillar that has the little chains and the pieces of glass, and there's water just running down all of it and making these little dropping sounds into the water at the base.
Have we done anything with this computer console that's been here? What's about? Damn that.
Shade hasn't.
Echo kind of like looks at the console and says, I assume we have all investigated this.
No, I drew this
Shade
picture
lights
of
up a
Bubs.
cigarette.
It's really
You light
good.
up a cigarette.
And I'm gonna stand next to the picture and try to make the same face.
Echo
like,
goes
as
to
you're
the
looking,
console.
You look at the console, and Bubs goes, "No, but Gibbs made this," and just slaps the picture down right in front of you. But you can slide it aside very gently, and you can take a look
Well
at the
done.
console. It is a gently floating brushed aluminum terminal. This computer is like a big flat floating desk, and as you get near it and kind of approach and get right over top, it lights up. You can see there is a kind of password display. Are you going to attempt to hack into this?
Don't get a virus.
Do we feel there is a need to access this?
Yeah, I couldn't talk to that guy, so like maybe there's like employee files about like what he found down here and why he doesn't work here anymore. I don't know. Computers seem to have a lot of shit on them.
Echoes just kind of assess the computer itself. Is it just like a generic like operating system?
Make a computers check. As you look at it, it's definitely not generic. This is probably designed for this building.
That's cool.
You can see the operating system even reads on the background like Elysium, Spa, and Resorts, and so likely proprietary for the resort chain.
Gibbs, you think there's really
28.
viruses in here?
There's a
Probably
lot of things that like wet environments.
With a 28, you assess that this is a receptionist's desk. You get the sense that this would probably be pretty easy to hack into, and because you've seen many of the people working at reception desks in this resort, they're all between the ages of like maybe 19 and 22. They're probably not putting like lethal traps on their machines, or else there's really high turnover. But you could probably hack into this very easily. It's a receptionist desk, and so there's probably not like plans to the Death Star on it.
Right.
But yeah, you definitely could.
Sure. Echo's going to attempt to log into it.
No check needed.
Yay.
With your computer's check of a 28, you know this would be very easy to hack into. You do the equivalent of pulling up like the printing prompt and then use that to get to options and then log in using a guest account and like just access base from that direction. Easy enough. You can bypass the simple firewall, and you can see there is access to several different kind of nodes. There's an Infosphere access node, and that would allow you to just browse the internet. You can see this is used the most on this machine. Whoever worked here spent a lot of time browsing the Infosphere. You can see there is an Elysium messaging terminal, and this is internal messaging within Elysium. You can see at the moment there is one unread message. And then you can see there is a second, I lost it. There is a game that has been installed that is called Computer Quest. It's free.
Oh.
And nothing else.
Nothing else. I mean, you know what normal computers would come with. There's a calendar app. There's a Word document processor, but largely those are the things.
Is the messaging app very straightforward, or is it like Slack where there could be documents?
Are you opening it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you access this messaging app, you pull it up, and you can see almost everything is dated back from the year 2249. And in fact, you can see there is a number of messages. There's one that says keycard. There's another one that is subject re keycard. And this one comes from a director Donskist. There is a message that is subject concern or construction concerns, and then a message responding to that from the head of security, Ungries. And then the final message, which is unread, reads to all Elysium staff.
Echo would probably just look through all of them and kind of skim through looking for any valuable information that would help as we go to the grotto.
Sure.
To the grotto.
You open up that first message, 042449. This is to the Director of Training and Development, Monty Donskist, and it reads, "Hi, Director Donskist. I'm settling in just fine today. Just wondering where I can get my key card." The response on the same day reads, "Happy to hear it. I'll drop it off after lunch, but in the meantime, please use the temporary card located under the desk in the flat vault. Just trace the letter E with your finger underneath the desk to open it." The next message reads, "Construction concerns, question mark." And this is to the head of security. This says, "Hello, Miss Ungries. I'm starting to get concerned with the construction team. I know I'm new here, but I remember hearing you'd had delays, and they aren't very fast or very careful. They keep damaging the walls in the Hall of Soothing so badly with their tools that the calming effect isn't working as well. Can you talk to them?" The response, which comes back a day later, from the head of security reads, "I'll look into it. Thanks for keeping an eye. You aren't the first person to bring this to my attention. I'll start supervising the crew directly. Keep up the good work." A month later, to the day, there is a final message that is unread. And this is to all staff from Director Zonagras. "As you have already heard, we will be ceasing work on the underground grotto expansion effective immediately. Surviving personnel will be transferred, once cleared by Dr. Serpe, to other areas of responsibility. Rumors of fatalities to Elysium staff are, fortunately, just that. Rumors.
Wait, surviving?
Sadly, the construction team was lost in the cave-in. Please let the Director of Operations know if you have any needs in the sad time. Director Zongrass. Those are all the messages.
Echo closes it out, reaches underneath the console, traces an E, and tries to see if there's a card.
Okay. You see Echo just looks at this machine for like a quarter of an instant and then just crouches down and then just wiggles their finger underneath the desk, and there is a little beep, boop, and this little door open and a key card and a single stick of gum drop into your hand.
Echo passes the gum off to Bubbles.
Sure.
Oh.
It is just a single stick of like silvery paper wrapped gum. It is rock hard. It has been here for some time, at least a year.
I have heard that chewing gum is good for humans' teeth.
Yeah, but my teeth are like really like look at them, and like you can see like all the blood and stuff on his teeth. They're pretty good, So Gibbs, you can I'll just
Paper and all.
toss it right into Gibbs.
No
Yeah,
problem.
big
You throw
mop.
it in. You try to chew down on it. It's like it's a stick of gum and it like doesn't even bend at first. Once you kind of get some moisture back into it, though, easy enough, it becomes like a powder and then eventually gum.
Is it mint flavored?
No, this is meat flavored, and so for you, Gibbs, this is fantastic. But Bubbles, you would have had a bad experience with this.
I mean, I couldn't taste it, but it's really about like what you provide to other people. For
It's
your
true,
breath.
and the texture's not good. But
Gibbs' breath gets instantly worse.
well, hard. It's hard for something that is that bad to get worse. It's just a different flavor. But no problem.
It is
Hot meat.
potentially unstable inside. There was at one point a cave-in.
Okay.
There were fatalities. Or at least, the construction team was lost.
Why do you say that with quotes with your fingers like that?
Well, as the message implied that there were no fatalities to Elysium staff, but also used the words survivors, and said the construction team was lost.
Probably contract.
I assume the construction team is lost.
Like the way you say sorry for your loss instead of sorry that person died.
Elysium staff is fine. The contract workers are not.
That sounds so suspicious, though. Don't you think, guys?
Yeah, they don't respect construction workers.
It sounds fairly corporate.
I mean, it sounds luxury.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
Of
know.
all the things I have seen corporations write down, this is fairly standard.
What kind of creatures would be able to live or survive within like geothermal?
Make a life sciences
Saint
check.
Mariana's Trench,
That would,
anybody?
like, something
white
of such
crabs.
danger that they would
It's just
have
Mariana's
to immediately
Trench.
shut
It's
down.
the saint there. At
Oh,
all.
I always thought it was
project
Saint.
for finding
The
that.
Lashunta have canonized Marianas.
Mariana's Trench, the Challenger Deep.
You know what?
Never
It's
figured out.
vacation. I'm gonna do my reroll.
Hell
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Hell
nothing
yeah.
can
Wait,
go
wait,
wrong. We're on
this is
vacation.
On a
On a
creature
life
switch?
science?
I used mine on a
Yeah.
hot tub
Alright.
challenge.
Oh, this is a pretty good one
That's
too.
a
That turns it into
You know, I bet Cindy would love this place.
21.
She would thrive.
Yeah.
With a 21, as you think about the various different entities that could live here, probably, I mean,
Or further down into deeper,
Sure.
deeper depths.
and as you like lean in, it gets warmer and warmer, and you imagine through this room, you can see there's like another kind of door you passed, a computerized doorway that looks like it has a place for a Elysium staff keycard. This is likely going to get hotter and hotter the further that you go in. So you're looking at a place that was almost certainly designed for creatures from the elemental plane of fire, or for creatures that are operating at a significantly higher, like Death World or Desert World kind of level. There are kind of like gelatinous creatures that you've met that exist within that kind of circumstance. In fact, just recently you met a creature, although under very dubious circumstances, that comes from a very warm, temperate world. Hoagie is now a creature
Oh.
that, and that is entirely at random, by the way.
Yeah.
But Hoagie is actually a warm weather creature at this point.
So we
Oh,
put Hoagie
damn.
and Cindy in these.
Hoagie, go over there.
Go
Check
talk
out,
to the gods.
Check everything. Go check everything out down there. We're gonna go get some culottes.
But you get all these messages off the console, easy enough for you, Echo. Is there anything else that the rest of you are doing?
In the room with the water, is there edge, or is it you have to take the steps and get into the...
You have to take the steps and get into the water. But as you get a little closer, Gibbs, make a perception check.
Ooh, I will do so with a little bit of disadvantage.
Gibbs, be careful. I know, like you said, there's probably no viruses here, but like athlete's foot's a virus, and like you had to like wear like footwear here.
What?
You have to be an athlete to get athlete's foot.
It's also a fungus. I'm pretty sure.
Perception, 16 plus 17 is 32?
A 32. With a 32, you get close to the edge of this room, you peer in.
33.
33.
Yeah,
You see
sorry.
nothing. You peer in, and the mist, the steam hits you. It's hot in here. Your fur
All my mucus.
frizzes up. All your mucus drips down. It's not pleasant for you. But as your fur curls in the humidity, you look around and you see all these etchings along the edges of the wall, these beautiful little carvings, although they're not all beautiful. When you look at elements of these etchings, there are parts of it that feel very calming, but there are parts of it that make your skin itch. And at first you think it's just the humidity, some of my bugs are starting to run around, but it's not. It's these symbols.
What are the symbols?
Make a mysticism check.
Ooh.
To be clear, Echo's not going in. Echo's just
My
like
bugs are boiling.
waiting outside.
31.
31.
Dinner.
With a 31, you kind of like get closer. You don't go in the room, you go on to like the first step.
Yeah.
And you peer at the closest wall, and you can see there are places where these carvings were mindfully done with tools to be these like beautiful pieces that seem to have some kind of like a meditative effect. You can feel yourself calming down in this room in places. When you look at the other parts, those seem to have been just like picked in, or sharp implements or wedges used to just dig the stone away. And you're looking at something that seems to be magic, but almost certainly this seems to be maybe infernal in a way. There's something that is kind of abyssal that is linked into this.
Can you read these symbols?
Spice is looking over Gibbs' shoulder, and she's like, "Oh yeah, of course, I can read infernal, abyssal.
Well, this one's angles giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I can read. What's a plane of fire again? You just said it, and I already forgot.
Primordial.
Ignan is Plane of Fire.
Ignan. Yep, I can read
Oh,
Ignan.
Some robots.
And I still have a couple language slots left.
You can smell in this room too, just faintly. There's like the smell of like maybe a long time ago sandalwood, like just the elements, like faintest traces of it. But you don't see anything that might be sourcing that. That is what you see.
Wait, can she read it?
Oh, sorry, you're looking at this now.
Yeah.
So what what is it on again? So
It's
on
like
there
on the
into the
side
wall.
of a like calming pool.
So
a
Gibbs,
calming hot spring pool.
when you look at this, you see this calming stuff. It's literally the effects of calm emotions just
Yeah.
over a wide area, and really made to be so that in the center of this room, as you pass through, it's almost like this like overlapping where the two walls effects will cause you to be very calm. Spice, as you look at this, the sigils that you see, they sort of have this look, almost like dark tendrils, or like some kind of a spectral sort of tentacle reaching out. And you get the sense, while this doesn't have like a translation, you get the sense that something will reach out of the walls themselves and grab at you as you reach the halfway point of this room. The way that the marks are shaped, the suggestion of these tentacles, you would imagine
Infernal massage.
it's probably less than pleasant. There is certainly a dark nature here.
Okay, so
Shiats.
Spice explains that idea out loud. Do I get the sense that we can dodge it, or is it like a tripwire? If we go in the middle of the room, it's going to set off the dark tendrils.
So you get the sense that this room is about 40 feet like across.
Yep.
When you get about halfway across, these sigils are probably going to cause something to just rupture through the walls. Not like breaking the walls, but through the material of the dimension that these walls are a part of. There is something from like beyond this plane that will be
Entering this
Some-
not entering, but will reach out and at a minimum secure you there.
Okay,
Would
so
it yearn for you?
Spice is going to give a. Is there? Would I know like of a way to like slap the tendrils away, or like a word that might be like stop? What are you raising your hand?
Gibbs hears you talking about this, and Gibbs goes, I have a new trick for this, actually. And Gibbs is going to cast for the first time Dispel Magic on the
Okay.
wall. But I only want to do it on one of the walls, because there's on both walls, right?
Yep.
Cool. I want to do it on one of the walls, and we're just, when we pick our path, we'll just hang. If it's successful, we'll hang closer to the dispelled wall.
Okay, you picking left or right?
Flip a coin. Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Do the one that looks like it's
Well, they're-
bad.
You look.
Oh.
First of all, both have infernal parts.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that you look at
One.
one, it's like angelic, fluffy
Right.
sheets.
Well, it's a
You see your
hearts and
mom.
stars and
The other
stuff.
one, like Satan himself.
Right.
Somebody spreading
Yeah.
the butthole open. Yeah, it's
And
hard
I
to choose.
specifically want to target the not
Someone's
calm
spreading their
emotions part of it. I want to target the creepy,
See.
shitty part. I want to do the right wall.
Sure.
I think that's just res.
So I can dispel magic of an ongoing spell that's been cast on a creature or object. I can temporarily suppress the magical abilities. Yada yada yada. I can do this to spellcasters. Blah blah blah. Okay, targeted dispel. I can specifically end one spell affecting an area.
Mhm.
I must name the specific spell effect to be targeted in this way, or otherwise uniquely identify it, such as burning wall. So I'll be like creepy tendril symbols
Okay,
on the right wall.
sure.
I attempted to spell check
Yep.
1d20 plus
Plus
my
your
caster level. So that's 13.
Yep.
With a DC equal to 11 plus the spellcaster's level when they did it to the wall.
Hmm.
I think deflection's hard.
18 plus 13 is
31.
31.
That's pretty good.
You cast Dispel Magic. Gibbs, you fling a little bit of your ooze at this. But this ooze, it is almost black. And as you throw it, it hits and seems to almost just creep into the crevices that have been scraped away. And it's like it fills those cracks and hardens over them and forms like these elements, kind of like outside where like the plows have dug up the street, they put that pitch down. It's like a similar kind of flattening agent that hardens in place. And it sort of restores them to their regular sort of shape. And Spice, you can't see that abyssal anymore. And Gibbs, you feel the magic in this wall break.
Quick! I don't know how long this lasts. Let's go! Bubs, I'm gonna ride on you. And I
No.
jump on Bubs' shoulders.
Oh, well, okay.
Because the water, right? Like, if I'm short, it's shittier.
It'll
so-
be like up to it'll definitely slow you down.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna piggyback.
No problem.
How good's your
doggy
breaststroke?
paddle.
Yeah.
No.
But you absolutely do. And it's hot. Your fur fluffs up even more. Bubbles, if you enter in, you can actually see in the steam here this vague kind of bubble that separates you from everybody else. The steam itself kind of makes it visible a little bit, like a shimmering shell around
Do we
you.
notice that?
Yeah, everybody notices that. It's very visible. It looks like Bubbles has a force field on it.
Guys,
Your force field's showing.
Echo like kind of calls down, is like, "Are we all going?"
Yeah, but hug to the right, please.
it's okay that my force field, is showing. I mean, it's translucent, so it's like good. You guys can like see through and see how like normal I am. And as I say that, I'm kind of like picking at my face a little bit.
Okay.
Has anyone stayed behind in like the?
Is everybody going?
Shade's
No, we're all
waiting
going.
until everyone else goes, and then we'll
Okay.
follow.
Keeps like giddied me up, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
I'm pretty much.
Here's a
going.
Is
quick
it- is
lesson on
our-
abyssal.
Is our guest entering?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Follows behind.
This is also watching on this.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, why staying behind?
No problem. He's like primarily following Spice. And so we'll be like 5 feet behind Spice. You make your way in and across the room. It takes you only like 6 seconds to do so. You are standing right in front of a computerized door. Echo, you see this is a relatively simple computerized doorway, and there is on the right-hand side an Elysium staff keycard pad. You could also access the kind of computer itself to hack through it if you want, but you do hold this card.
Ding, ding. Ding 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 ding.
Tap it.
Ding ding ding
There
ding.
is this pleasant voice that goes temporary access, and
Temporary.
it opens.
I pass back.
I'm going to adhere the door open then.
Okay, very nice.
Love that.
I don't like the word temporary access.
No problem. You press into this door and you cast this Lashunta magic that at a molecular level binds the door into the frame.
So we can't reshut it.
Nope.
But we
Well,
also don't get
unless
shot on
I untouch,
us.
I can touch it again and it's
She can
unadhered.
undo it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I
But
like
if
the
she
idea.
dies, then no.
then no.
When the
So just
door
make sure Spice
Whatever's
doesn't die.
down there doesn't need that door
open
shut.
Don't
on
worry,
the
you'll come back
far,
and jump, 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 jump.
you can see hanging down underneath this doorway, just like a foot on inside, there is a big metal sign, heavily rusted from condensation running down it, and it reads, "Warning, temperatures extreme beyond this point." You can see there is just darkness beyond in a 15 by 20 foot rectangular room, which many of you are able to see all the way into. This was clearly built as like a check-in room. You can see there is a doorway on the other side. The temperature here is extremely hot. It is extremely steamy here. And because you have all been in this kind of conditions now for a little bit, can I have everybody please make their first of likely several fortitude saving throws?
Get a +2 for environmental effects.
And then a -4 because I'm wearing armor.
And then
Wait,
plus
you're wearing
10
heavy
with
armor?
sim sleeves.
Oh,
Anybody
it's
wearing
only
any
heavy
kind of clothing or armor is taking a -4.
Any kind.
Yeah, but
shit.
-4 plus 10.
It's hot in here. So
Yeah.
anything that you are wearing is adding, like the steam gets trapped
And then
inside.
plus
Wait,
And
then
you
I
kind
get
of-
naked.
Easy enough, Gibbs. You pull your vest off, you sling it over your shoulder, and you remove that -4 negative.
Cool. I have a +4.
I have a thing that gives me damage resistance to everything.
That's cool. We'll talk about that when we get to damage.
30 with the damage resistance bonus, and the -4 and +2 because Android.
So +2 overall. For you, Echo, you were just in the Radiance Hot Spring. This is nothing.
I don't even-
You walk into this place, no problem. Yeah,
39.
29, no
30,
problem.
39.
39, no problem for you as well. What about you, Bubbles?
16 plus 12,
28.
20.
28. The 28, that is a success as well this time. Spice?
Fortitude save, right?
Just
Yeah.
got the hottest place in the
Oh,
world.
friend.
It's okay. So it's 19 plus 6.
Hottest now.
25.
25.
That is also a success, although much closer than everybody else.
Yeah, she's like,
Gibbs?
I guess
So I
I'll
rolled a
take my
6, but
sweatshirt
I get,
off.
Yeah.
I get a +4 because I'm a
Got a
wastelander.
little bit of a
Okay.
choke
And I get +10 for,
Did someone turn
Okay.
the
and I'm naked.
Okay.
And so it all equals out to a 25.
With a 25, you are successful as well.
Okay.
You are all standing in here. It's hot. You imagine not too long from now, in fact, just 10 minutes from now, you're going to have to do that again. And it'll be a little harder. And every time that you repeat this check, it will be a little harder. So just something to think about in terms of pacing. But you make your way into this room. Just here. Oh,
Would you say this is a forced march?
it's not a forced march
Okay.
yet. that really depends on
Does it
you.
get better if it's a forced march for you?
Move!
Guys.
I also get
Does
better.
peer pressure count as a forced march?
There are
for
4
folks?
metal benches whose legs glow dully red in the darkness here, heated from the thermal processes from below. They shed very dim light, only about like a foot around them. It's the only source of light in this room, save a blinking light on the right side, off and behind the reception desk, which is made of stone, also glowing dimly for about 5 feet around from the base. There is some damage to one of these benches, like something was slammed into it. You can see it looks like visibly damaged on the surface. And then you just see this blinking light and then another door on the far side.
I'll light up a few green bean cans and I'll give one to Hisoka.
Okay.
And I'll keep one for myself and Bubs because I think he can't see very well. And I'll offer one to whoever else wants one.
I have dark vision.
Is it possible to get the music just a little bit louder for us?
I would like to examine what dented this bench.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check, we'll call it.
Okay.
I cannot imagine that such a place would net much revenue.
Oh, that's gonna be a 19 plus perception. You say?
Yeah.
I say 24. Wait, 34.
34.
Yes.
Okay.
Swiftify.
With a 34, you get close to it. In this steam, there's already like sweat and steam just running down your face. It kind of gets in your eyes and makes it a little hard to see, but that's okay because you're pretty used to seeing just like dried blood in places, and you can see even amidst the humidity, this is like it's a little different texture than you're used to because it's kind of repeatedly been rehydrated and kind of coagulated, so it's crumbles sort of. But you can see what is almost certainly dried blood on the surface of this.
Does it look like a smashed skull?
It looks like it could perhaps have been somebody's skull smashed into this bench. There's no body. There's no like physical specimens. There's just a little bit of blood and a broken bench.
Okay.
I forgot that armor is important.
Yeah.
I would like to put my armor back on.
Okay.
And I will take the next roll with
No problem.
flat. Sorry, my bad.
You're feeling really naked.
Yeah.
You look around, all your compatriots, they're sweating.
Hisoka's
You see-
staring awkwardly.
It's full butthole too, because it's like right at face level because I'm riding on bubs. So
That's
like,
great.
Yeah. Anyways, I put my butthole away because I forgot that.
There's still toilet
No
paper
problem.
stuff.
You tuck that butthole
Bubs
right
is,
in.
Bubs is thankful for his bubble at this
Yeah.
point, I think.
Thank you. For the rest of you, you can see the door. You can see this terminal. You can see these benches that Spice is inspecting. What are you all doing?
we should keep going. It's hot. Or you should use the computer.
Perhaps you can make some sort of connection to your god figure from here.
I try. I think, dang, it's really hot. I don't really want to go further. Is this good enough?
You make your God check, which you'll notice requires no roll. And maybe that tells you about how effective it is.
Yeah.
No connection to your God, quote unquote, here.
Sorry, I don't have reception. I think we need to go deeper.
Echo understands this.
Sure, no
Going
problem.
deep
What's
without
ahead of
getting
us? Is
better
it just like a
reception
hallway
is
that
weird.
continues or
Echo
something?
understands
So right
that,
now
you know,
you're in
it's just
a
a different perception of
room that is about
electronics.
20 feet wide, 15 feet deep,
Yeah.
and there is a little like reception desk off to the right side, blinking light coming from behind it.
Yeah.
You can see there are three untouched stone benches and one that's damaged that you inspected.
Yeah.
Off to the left, straight in front of you on the far wall, there is another door that has an Elysium resort sort of keycard spot on it.
Okay. Spice is gonna go up to the door and have Gibbs open the door.
I look at Echo, who's got the key card.
Oh, I thought you had.
I gave it back because she's fast.
I intended to give this to Gibbs so that Gibbs could open whichever door she wanted,
Oh.
but she gave it back.
Well, seeing
and
as there's
handed
only
off to
one door,
Spice.
Spice takes it and goes, God, this is confusing. Opens the
I
door.
would.
You go over, you press this onto the keypad, and you open the door, no problem. You can see into the room beyond. There is a massive, like, sprawling space. Steam drifts up here. There are concentrated clouds here that make it hard to see much more than like 10 feet into the space. There is another set of stairs that go down into a huge circular, it almost looks like a lazy river if it weren't for the fact that the water itself here boiling. You can see like bubbling away here. There are little bits of like flotsam within the water here. It looks almost like there is like foam and like little, like almost like an oil slick across the top in spaces.
Is the lazy river moving?
Very gently, yes. It is shifting from left to right.
But
But-
it's mostly roiling water.
Mostly just boiling water, yeah.
Again,
While they are doing like their key card fight,
Sure.
I want to get out of my inventory from what Shade gave me in the backpack
Sure.
a portable condenser, which can possibly like I'm gonna put it inside my suit just to keep me cool.
Okay. Interesting.
again, I do not understand the appeal of this place.
I'll try
If
it
the
on.
Elysium Resort is meant to appeal to a wide variety of people, why would they have an attraction so specific?
Echo, have you ever sat in a pool floaty, one of the round donuts with a margarita in one hand and a Mai Tai in the other, and your new designer shades, and just enjoyed life?
I feel like you are describing an experience you have had, Spice.
How could you tell?
Maybe they got like a sponsorship from some like fire demon place.
Can Bubs do a check by examining this? Does any of this look kind of different in aesthetics Bubs wants to see if there's like any different kind of like design difference. Maybe it's like something
Make a
that's
sense motive check.
something that made to look like old fashioned or like cultural of another thing of the past.
Sure.
But it's actually maybe just not a real thing.
Huh? Off. It's the music is good now from what I could hear. It just
Ooh, that's
restarted
wicked
the
good.
track.
Nice.
18.
High rolls tonight. High rolls.
18 plus 5.
Okay.
23.
With a 23, you look around the room looking for something that looks different, something that looks like a different culture, or just something that stands out, really.
Yeah.
And around this room, you can see like the closest thing to kind of like this is corporate culture. You can see like this is, like a reception desk and benches, and it's using natural stone, but that's a price reduction point.
Yeah.
You see where it's like glowing red at the base. It probably shouldn't be doing that. You don't notice anything here that really hints towards a specific culture. Though I will say, if there is going to be something, you kind of cast your eyes across to where there is this reception desk and these blinking light, probably on the terminal that is indicating there is a power source to somewhere. But nothing that would be like a sculpture or symbology.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Remember when we went to go save, oh my god, I forgot his name. My cousin, Crumb.
Oh, crumbs.
And,
Oh my God.
and,
Gibbs does have a lot of cousins.
and like, there was that bone, like the bone stuff. Maybe it wasn't always hot. Maybe the thing that's down there is making it hot. Because you're kind of right. They would spend a bunch of money to do this.
A lot of our kind of, encounters have been dealing with a lot of stuff in mines. When we were on that Comet R314, when we were getting those ships from the Drow that they left behind, we dealt with a lot of stuff with, and Bubs wants to say Spice's mom, but then stops himself. With the research group there, I believe they were called.
Kala is a volcanic planet.
No, it's a tidally locked planet.
Psilocybin.
Silos.
I can't.
No,
You're talking about the D&D campaign.
Psilocybin is different.
I know what you're talking about.
SILASSLIL Corporation.
Silicily.
Silly. Thank you. I can't.
Sigla.
Yeah. I knew what I wanted to say. I knew where it was in my notes. I just can't pronounce
is a
it.
research. Well, yeah, Sigla is a large research and pharmaceuticals group.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like what Sigasilia was kind of like looking through.
But then how are the hot springs hot if it's not a volcanically active planet?
So it's a tidally locked planet, which again means that one part of it is always pointed towards the system star. One part, the part that you are on, is always pointed away. The
So the
hot
other
springs
side
are
is
sped.
super lava-y.
It's solar radiation that is feeding these hot springs.
That would make sense as to why that spring is called the
Geothermal
Radiance
energy
Hot
from,
Spring.
like,
Yes.
the
I have
Earth
understanding.
other
Hera
side
understands.
getting-
Echo
I'm
understood
not good
always.
at naming things. I just name things pretty literally.
It's
most of the time.
basically like
Echo understood this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Kara
Hey,
didn't.
but
going
guys,
into the crust of the orbit.
that reception desk looks really weird. There's something like different about it. Like it looks like it's, I don't know, maybe it's like something built differently from the rest of the room.
Echo's already behind it. The
Nice.
second that you say that reception desk, Echo has already been there.
Oh, be
for 10
careful.
minutes.
Can I touch that and be fine? Or is that bad
It is
touch?
blinking red.
You probably don't want to touch the desk.
Right.
Interacting with the computer, it's functioning. You probably don't want to like embrace it, but you can
Cool.
you can interact with it.
Echo is going to very lightly.
Use your nails.
I can't do that.
I mean,
If someone else feels like participating. But Echo doesn't think Shade is into that.
she's just
Make a computer check.
$33.
You can see right now Shade is like trying to smoke a cigarette, it's hard in these conditions. Like there is
Oh,
just
shit, I
barely
gave up when it
like
was, like,
smoldering
steaming.
embers,
Yeah,
and then it
can't-
just kind of goes out.
Can't
It's
do it
just
in the steam room.
lips.
Yeah. You smell like wet, faintly like just extinguished cigarette. It's not a great smell in this space.
No.
But you look down, this is on you. And with that computer's check, easy enough for you to bypass. There is a glowing red node on the other side of this firewall that reads, coolant status, overheating. There is an infosphere access node. There is an Elysium messenger node. And then there is a node that is labeled extra documents.
Touching that one.
Nice. Extra documents.
There is a node after extra documents that reads archive of documents.
Gonna start with the extra?
There's no documents in that folder. The
That's
only thing
the
in that
weirdest name
folder
for that folder then.
is another folder that says archive of documents.
Oh, that is what is in the folder.
Yeah.
Archive of documents.
The next folder underneath that one is confiscated folders.
Shoot.
The next folder under that is to delete only.
Shoot.
1.2 terabytes of Lashunta Vesk porn.
Yes!
So many
Nice.
pictures of fist
So,
bumps.
oh, not a single picture. These are all videos, and
So
they're in
many-
it's 4D. It's like hard to look at, even just the pictures of it.
Bingo!
You-
Reverse.
You go
You don't
back.
see
you go
that.
back.
You see the
Fist
reflection of
bump
your eyes.
Yeah,
26.
it's like coming up in like one of your eyes. We're like,
Disco
There's
bump.
There's just like red and that goes eyes out. It's just like a board.
Warning. You go straight back into the
What did
direction.
you see?
Meatballs.
The coolant system has a problem.
The first time that you've heard any sense of like emotion in Echo's voice.
And it's trauma.
It's deep trauma.
Are you okay?
I don't think I will ever be okay again.
But no problem. You find the secret of that computer.
What's wrong with the coolant system?
There is an error. It is overheating.
Me too.
It's hot here, and you guys are right on the cusp of needing to make another check. What are you doing?
Turn my condenser on.
Okay, you turn your condenser on. No noticeable difference, especially not in heat. All it's doing is slowly creating more moisture in your suit because the condenser
oh, that makes
takes
it worse.
ambient moisture from the surrounding area and makes it into drinkable water. And so you're just slowly filling your suit.
Dehydrating yourself.
Hey,
and filling
so
it
you're
with boiling
dehydrating,
water.
but then you're hydrating again.
Yeah, you're taking the moisture on the
Yeah,
outside and you're putting it a
boiling.
little bit closer to you.
You're doing your own.
Is
Uh,
there a fan in it?
Oh,
Yeah,
doing your own
and so
sweat.
like
You're like
because-
you're making yourself a sous vide.
but the fan exists to circulate air, not to cool you down. So like you don't feel the fan, you hear it.
All right, then I'm gonna
By
take it
the
out. I'm not gonna use
No
it.
problem.
you need the cooling
Feel
coolant.
it.
You need the
Moisture.
coolant to make it work.
Echo, does it say where the coolant room thing is or something? Maybe we could go like.
It's just like an alert, right? It doesn't have any maps on it.
Yeah, so like the node that's an alert, and then the nodes that you can access are the one that you accessed, the infosphere access, and then Elysium Messenger.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
just a message.
This is just an alert system. It is most likely something to pass along to maintenance. This is not a maintenance terminal.
Makes sense. I guess if we see a door that says coolant room, maybe we'll go there.
I do not see the point.
It might make it cooler. I'm really getting hot, guys.
Yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking. Let's keep going.
Yep, let's keep going.
For what purpose?
We're
I don't
just
know. It's just-
adventurers.
Don't you wanna know?
Fun. I
don't
want to
want to
figure
die.
out why the construction stopped and why those construction workers were killed. I also want to find the ghost iron or starlight iron that might be in here.
Is by saying that out loud?
Yes.
What?
At this,
I love
Ahsoka
that we
says,
just like that's the shit.
"What do you mean there might be ghost iron in here?"
Oh, Daddy. Well, we were searching a cave behind
Shade is like
somewhere.
staring directly at Spice, not saying anything, but just like
I don't know what you're trying to say to her.
without
Shut up.
blinking.
So Spice, while she's saying it slowly, reaches into Shade's mind and asks, I'm going to tell him about the ship, dear Spice. If anyone's gonna know anything about it, it's gonna be my father.
Do not tell him. In the comm, whisper comm.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can hear you. It's a two-way.
Do not say anything about the ghost iron.
Why?
Your father is a criminal.
I mean, yeah, but he's down here just as much as we are. I think he gets a fair chance at it
Spice is
also.
a criminal too.
Yeah. I mean, we're all in this together, so
He will take it for himself.
and we'll take it back.
Bubs pops in the chat. Hey guys, what are we talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Well, we all hear the telepathy.
I mean, I could.
This is a
yeah.
Spice shade direct.
So Spice is saying it like, Daddy, like whatever I just said. Have you ever heard of the ship called the Dear Spice?
Of course.
What do you know about it?
It's just one of the ships that your mother sponsored. She has at least one for each of you.
So there's 8 plus ships.
He smiles and he says, I think there's 11 in total.
I'm gonna think that's how many siblings I have. I sort of forget. Okay, well, while we were, because so the situation was the Deer Spice had crash landed there, and we were exploring the wreckage of the Deer Spice, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so Spice says,
You were exploring the wreckage of the Deer Spice.
yeah. There's a chance that there might be some rare metals down here. I think it's worth trying to look around. So keep your eyes peeled, Daddy.
He nods and he says, very well. If I can help you at all, I will. This star metal, how much of it do you think there is?
I have no idea.
He nods.
But we need it to upgrade our ship, so.
Oh, of course.
Echo telepathizes the group.
Hey, sup,
Say,
guys?
It
I feel
seems-
like Hisoka would know. He like
It's-
knows we're talking about him.
It seems as though Spicy and Hisoka have worked out their differences.
I'm proud of them.
He cannot be trusted.
You guys all have this conversation. Ahsoka's taken a couple steps closer to the door. He's like red in the face a little bit. He's not doing as well on his fortitude saving throws as you guys are.
Is he fatigued?
He seems a little fatigued.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna let this dude die if it's.
He's not close to death by any means, but he's
Alright.
definitely fatigued.
I'm not
Fatigue
going
is
to
just
let
like
you
a
win,
condition.
but
You
I
see a
also
little
will
bit
not
of a
let
blush
you
to his
lose
face.
completely.
But he kind of puts his arm on the door. He looks through and he turns back to you and he says, well, "What are we waiting for then?"
Let's go. Open the door.
He
Spice will
steps
open
through.
it.
The door's already open
Oh.
from Echo, but
Okay.
no problem. You step through.
You can't steal from us.
So we're past the lazy river now, right?
No, so you're in the lazy river. You're entering the lazy river.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Into the boiling.
I thought we were already down there.
Into the
You
river.
keep going down like 3 or 4 steps into the next room, and then 3 or 4 steps into the next room.
Hotter and hotter.
It does seem
into the
hotter and
grotto.
hotter. As you make your way into this space, it is extremely hot, and the water for all of you but Gibbs is about waist deep. Gibbs, you are on Bubbles'
Yeah.
shoulders, and so if you were like here, it would be all the way up to your chin. You would have to have your little Yosoki mouth all the way up to stay dry,
No,
but on
don't want
Bubbles'
that.
shoulders, no problem.
I am having less fun now.
The steam here drifts through the air in concentrated clouds, and as you enter in and you step forwards, you can see there is like a central sort of like structure of stones that form little platforms and things. You imagine people could like sit up here and like just steam, and that might be very nice.
Mermaids at the lazy river.
Yeah, sure. You can kind of see that. You haven't seen anything floating around this river, by the way.
Damn it.
You do note this room, you can only see about 10, 15 feet in because of the steam. You note that it does seem to be shaped roughly like a figure 8. And there are these 2 kind of like columns of stone in the middle. On the other side, as you get into the middle of this figure 8, you can just barely see there are like a set of stairs that go up. And so there is another side. And opposite that, you could see a door.
Okay, so we have to
Look,
make
that
our
room's
way
going
through
up,
the lazy
so maybe
river.
maybe that room is less hot than this room.
Something tells me it's more hot, but
Alright, I'm willing to do.
It's like-
Can
one more
everybody
room.
make a fortitude saving throw, please? It has been 10 minutes. All right, so
I want to do a perception.
Nice.
Can I? So we're in the lazy river, right?
Yeah.
Spice is going to dive down, and there's no sign of aquatic life, right?
make a perception check as
Okay.
you dive under the water. We'll do that in a second.
fortitude, yep.
First fortitude save, and I'll say for your fortitude save, Spice, you're taking a -4 because you are going under this like
Okay.
literally boiling water.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So you are becoming soup, but we'll get back to that.
You're becoming dumplings.
Boiling
16
water
plus
is not
12,
good.
and I'm gonna try to do a survival. Bubs is gonna do a
26.
yeah, Bubs is gonna do a mantra of thinking he's in a cool place, and he's gonna do some visualization exercises.
Bubbles, with a 26, you just barely pass.
Nice.
By the skin of your teeth.
The visualization.
you pass. It is the visualization. It's hot here, but you just make
And
it.
as he's
Shade,
visualizing,
37.
you're fine.
he just had some intrusive thoughts. Just why is Spice made up with her dad so quickly? Why not me?
Yeah, it's been literally weeks, and Spice is still mad at you. But you look over at Spice and Ahsoka standing shoulder to shoulder, like walking in first, leading the way like you used to. But what about you,
19.
Echo? For you, you are beginning to feel very hot. You are beginning to feel kind of tired after the surgery, after running all over the place. You might say that you're feeling a little bit fatigued.
Damn.
Additionally,
That's crazy.
it is crazy. You take. Oh no, where am I?
You want a couple?
God.
Oh, those are all.
We were just
20s.
talking about today how I lose all of my dice, and
I live
I know, you were like, I've
I was
got
the last
so
person.
many.
I was the last person to run games here.
I'm sorry, but I live here. So-
Usually, I'm the person. Thank you. All I need is one.
I can
All right, all of that for Echo. You're taking 4 points of non-lethal fire damage with your sin sleeves. As this like rolls over top, you take no damage, but you feel the fatigue, and you will be fatigued until you are able to heal or take a short rest in some time.
So wait, I have taken damage, or
You have not taken damage. Normally,
Okay.
you would need to heal the damage, but because the
so I
text
just
of
I just
fatigue-
need to rest.
Correct. The text of extreme heat rules reads that you need to heal the damage, but because there's no physical damage,
You're just like
you need to rest.
I just need to
Spice, what
maybe
was your turn?
relax.
17.
Well,
Oh,
17,
also
you
sweaty
fail
and
as well.
tired.
You feel fatigued, and that is the conditioned fatigue.
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is gonna help Hisoka,
Yeah.
whatever his name is. Gibbs pulls out like a newspaper, quickly folds it into like a fan, like a third grader,
Yes.
and just starts like fanning him like a Southern Belle in church.
Okay, so from like over from Bubbles' shoulder,
Yeah.
you just start fanning
I
him.
get
No
a nice
problem.
cross breeze.
I pass.
Okay, no
I-
problem.
27.
27. You pass, not by as much as you expect. Hisoka passed fine without your help the second round. He's
Oh,
just
wow.
regular fatigued. But you
I went
make your
last,
way
so
through, no
Hisoka
problem.
helped.
As we're walking,
Again, I am not having the greatest of time.
I'm gonna pull out also out of my gear kit that Shade gave us a meteorological reader.
Okay.
A handheld sensor collects detailed analytics about surrounding atmospheric conditions such as barometric pressure, temperature, humidity. Interpreting the data still requires a degree of technical expertise.
Yeah, make a physical
Tentacle
sciences check.
expertise.
Make a physical
Excuse
sciences
me.
check. You bring out this meteorological reader. It's just like a sleek black box, but you've never turned it on before. You turn it on and
if it
it's
helps-
just science across.
If
the
it helps, this Bubs reads the manual because Bubs always reads manuals.
Yeah, sure, it helps as it. Okay, so
You knew how to
just
turn it on.
do you have any kind of feature that helps you read fast?
No.
So are you really reading the manual?
I'm looking at
Okay.
it right now.
I
There
read,
is a speed reader feed, I think.
Yeah.
I read the welcome to part.
Okay, no problem. Welcome to.
Oh my god, a 19!
There you go.
What?
There you go. So Bubbles, you take out this meteorological reader.
Oh, plus, what am I rolling?
Physical science.
Physical
no, it's still
science?
0.
Plus 0.
Plus, still 0, yeah.
Hey, you know what? You pull out this reader, and as you
It's
look
hot
at
here.
it,
It's raining.
it is nonsense to you.
Yeah.
But you see a little button off on the right-hand side, and it just has a single function that says simplify. So you click on that. It is 122 degrees just in this water. In the air, you're sitting at like 97% humidity. It's hot and humid in here. You already knew that. The pressure is about 1 Earth's kind of pressure, and so relatively like even. But yeah, it's hot in here.
I'd like to imagine, if you will, does it have like one of those laser beam heat sensor type things?
Sure.
Nice. Bubs is gonna kind of have that active, kind of like he's like kind of Ghostbuster
Okay.
and kind of sweeping it around the room, trying to find something that's even more hotter than
No
it.
problem. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So first, Spice.
Yep.
You dive underwater. As everybody
Okay.
enters into here, and as a group, you guys are like, wow, I'm getting kind of tired. Spice.
What are you doing?
Straight
And it
in.
doesn't
No,
matter.
Stop.
She
come
actually
back.
blows all of the air out and like breathes in the water.
It's actually
She's got
easier. It makes
gills.
you sink faster.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you got gills.
So-
Hot
Yeah.
water gills up there.
Yeah.
It's
Have
like
you ever
burning
had
your mouth on
boiled
tea.
fish?
No.
Well,
Now's your chance.
Perception, right? So she's like, dives in. She's like in the lazy river doing the like,
yeah.
Butterfly
that's-
strokes,
yeah.
looking at the bottom, looking for any signs of life or metals.
So you dive in, and under this water, the water is moving furiously. It's like boiling here, so it's kind of hard to see.
Yep.
Bubbles.
But that's okay because it's mostly just stone under here. You're not seeing like a whole lot of life in this 122-degree water. What you do notice is from where you are, you're kind of in the center of this whole space, and from where you are, like straight ahead, there's almost like a cave in the rocks itself that has been carved from like the boiling of the water over time. And under the water, you can see what looks like some kind of like clumpy sort of mass. It looks like just gray
Conjuring.
cloth that is just kind of accumulated in the corner.
Is it-
Swim over to
it's
it.
probably one of the construction workers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and pick it up out of the water.
Okay. So Spice emerges from the water. It's like brief like mermaid moment, and then like Spice pulls up by the shoulders a skeleton. The skeleton of a man. They are
I missed my
wearing
wish!
this
Just kidding.
gray, this like wet gray. You've all worn a version of this like white fluffy Elysium robe. This was probably a guest at one point.
Oh, damn.
You can
damn.
see like all the skin and like flesh boiled completely away. Vaguely humanoid, but not quite human. And Spice, you were just clutching a skeleton that you just dragged out of the water. And then, Spice, cold in this temperature, you feel hands around your shoulders as well. With a visual perspective.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, boy.
undead!
Bring it forth.
I can heal fatigue, but it takes a spell slot.
I can suppress mine. I can't heal it.
Okay. My plan was
Actually,
to...
I can heal it with a resolve point. That's a lie.
Oh, nice. Well then, I'll go.
Ooh.
Oh man!
Oh, wow.
Not what I was expecting. When you
That's a
described the
grotto.
resort, I thought you were gonna bring out the mermaid thing that I made for you a really long time ago.
Well, yeah, but that's
But
because
this was
we're
way
in,
different.
Oh, look
well,
at
'cause
that.
we're in the
So Spice is right in front of
the
that.
grotto
Oh, wow.
construction
Oh, it got us.
area.
Here's Spice.
Spices in front of
Spooky-
that. Is there
Spooky
something
abandoned
missing?
construction site.
black-
But
Oh, what?
Oh.
Kind of
There's wraiths everywhere.
Or Olive, actually. Give me the perfect little door.
Here.
Oh, nice.
Wait, where's Olive? Where's Spice? Here?
They're one and the same at
So
this
you're
point,
kind of walking
unfortunately.
down the steps into like this little hole, and you enter out. You walked across this steamy
So
space.
we're all like here.
Yeah, the water kind of flowing by your legs and to the right, and then there is that creature that was within that cave that is now putting their hands around Spice's shoulders. You're hearing commotion kind of rising from the bubbling water in other areas.
You're about to be
But
up there.
because it is 8:15, we're going to step away for a quick break, and then we will resume by rolling for initiative. Here in this relaxing spa arc.
So relaxing when somebody touches you that you can't see.
and
Thank
you're
you for joining
boiling.
us. During this session of Starfinder, there will be a countdown on your screen and maybe some other stuff. We'll be back when the countdown is done.
It's over there.
And we're back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, welcome to Starfinder. All right. Let me pull up our combat camera here. Because as you have made your way about halfway into this space, Spice, you dove underwater. You found the remains of an individual. And it seems as if at least part of the remains of that individual found you. As the hands kind of wrapped around your shoulders, cold and clammy in the steamy, hot area. And everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Could I cast a spell?
Depends on how you roll for
on your initiative.
Damn. Ice cold Joe.
Sorry.
You're as cold as ice.
Oh my god, I keep
You're
rolling 16.
willing
This is
to
my
sacrifice.
third 16 in a row.
Which is ironic when it's so hot down there.
Fatigue impacts initiative, my friend.
Yeah, -1 to everything.
I have fatigued Hephaestus. Not a sponsor,
Oh.
but totally love it.
What, Hephaestus?
If
Yeah,
I just
Hephaestus
select
does.
the fatigued condition,
Yeah.
it does it for me.
Thank you for welcoming us back, Talon.
Thank you, Talon.
Alright.
And thank you, Hephaestus.
Alright, anybody natural 20?
Did you just say you wanted a bagel?
What?
I'm in the mood for a bagel.
Oh, there you go.
Kill me.
So, anybody 25 to 20?
23.
23 for
Dirty
Echo,
20.
Dirty 20 for
Cream cheese.
Bubbles.
Why is not a dirty 20 even with the -1?
Like cream cheese or what?
Ooh, I like veggie cookies.
20. And then who has the 20,
Oh, carbs.
20. Between Bubbles and Spice, who has the higher initiative? Or dexterity?
Me definitely. I have
Yeah.
+4.
I don't
So
have
Bubbles,
that.
then Spice, then others. 15 to 10?
19. Wait,
19.
I
Ooh,
missed the bucket.
I missed
Sorry.
you. No worries, no worries.
My bad.
19 for Gibbs. 15 to 10?
13.
13 for Shade.
Oh yeah, take pictures.
Alright,
My phone's
and
dying.
Ahsoka at 7. Alright, so the way that this initiative works out, Echo is leading us off, very appropriate considering the speed. Bubbles is following us up. Then Spice, then Gibbs, then all others, then Shade, and then at the very end of this is Ahsoka. So, Echo,
Hi.
what would you like to do?
What does Echo see any of this? Like, what's going on?
So from where you are standing at the very end of this, you see the back of Bubbles' like gleaming shiny head kind of diffracted through this field. You can see Gibbs, and then you could hear Spice erupt from the water and then gasp. So something puts their hands on Spice's shoulders.
Well, I guess Echo just wants to zip through towards right about there.
Yeah. Right about there, you see Spice, and then operate out of the steam as you move a little bit faster from behind you. You see this glowing shape. It is almost like a shadow, but it looks like oil in the air. It has this slick to it that seems vaguely kind of chemical, and it has its hands on Spice's shoulder. There is no features to this face. You see a kind of smooth, almost visage that just regards you, though there is no eyes. You feel its attention locked on you.
Oh, okay. Echo is going to kind of just like turn towards it, and as they do, they're gonna like draw their decimator decimator pistol
Sure, absolutely.
from the hidden grip as their stealth
Yeah. Sure.
trick. So that is a 34, which is 20 plus their CR.
34 is
-1.
just high enough for you to be able to pass this check.
To hit them?
No, for a stealth check.
It's okay, I don't hit them, it's a 19.
19 is not a hit.
No, I didn't think
Against
so.
AC or KAC. You pull out this disintegrator pistol, and for you, Spice, you feel these cold hands on your shoulders, and then Echo, through the steam, levels this pistol almost right at your face and fires. You pull to the left. To not shoot Spice, Echo, you need to shoot wide, and you miss this person entirely. Anything else?
There's something on your back.
That is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Bubbles. Spice, you're on deck. Bubbles, from where you are actually in one of the better kind of positions. You can see just barely this individual kind of grabbing onto Spice. You see Spice, you see Echo, you see everybody.
So Bubs In
Ahsoka.
So
Oh wait, we got human ones. Where's Ahsoka? A Vesk.
Bubs, based on what he was doing before, was going around with his heat gun.
Okay.
So I imagine he had it at Spice before she popped up. Before he puts it away and drops it to have it land on his traction holder.
Okay.
Does he see any like difference on the reader, like quickly as he glances?
No, they seem to be the exact temperature of this water.
Okay.
Anything else?
So he drops it, free action,
Yep.
lands in his traction holder. Swift action takes out his weapon, and he's going to throw it, trying to hit the monster.
Go ahead, make an attack roll.
Oh, fuck, sorry. I was looking for my dice. And this is going to be a single attack.
Okay.
Oh my god, a natural 20. I've been rolling
Wow!
So go ahead, roll damage.
And last
Double
game.
the damage dice. Double the rolls on your.
Now it's
amazing.
gone.
I need d10s. Still haven't done.
How have you not done this?
Wow.
Every
In 2
week?
months.
Yeah, it's been.
I
like,
don't even have any
and
details.
and I also
He also loses dice as
I
quickly as
ordered
I
some
do.
d10s
Oh man.
that didn't work out for me.
And
That I
they're
had to
all
figure out
single-digit.
another
I also
strategy.
bought you 2 pairs of dice.
Yeah.
How many do you even need?
Right, but he
No, I
doesn't
need
like
to-
the ones that are
I,
double digits.
I think I'm gonna figure
I'm
out a
gonna go to
strategy.
Chessex. I'm gonna get a bunch of opaque dice in just the single digit style, and it's
18.
gonna be for you.
28,
That's good.
We need another nab day.
Oh, I'm gonna
That's
add
good
that to the
numbers.
Patreon.
28,
Dance dice one.
25, 35, 39, 46.
46.
And then do I double these?
You double the damage on the dice, yes.
So 46 twice?
Holy shit.
Wow, that's like
92.
Plus 20.
That's a new record.
Plus 20.
92 plus 20.
That is
So
definitely a new
that
record.
is 92 plus 20.
112.
112 points of damage. Bubbles.
Describe
As
how you save your ex-girlfriend.
Wing this thing over. It does not kill this creature,
No, he's
though it
ranging.
devastates it. This slams into it, and Spice, you had just ducked out of the way for Echo's attack, and it's a good thing that you did, because right over top, as you bend down, you can hear the resonance of this hammer as it right over top, and there is a splash of boiling water that erupts all around you as this creature just is shattered. You can see it just falls like rain into the water around it, and then like a wispy tendril, it rises back up. It can't produce arms anymore. It can't produce legs. It is just a tendril of elemental water that is moving here. It is almost destroyed, but it is still up.
elemental water.
Bubs
you
just
say?
says, he doesn't want to say anything snappy or anything. He just goes, gotcha.
Okay, and got you? You do. This
Yeah.
creature badly hurt.
He
Very
wants
nice.
to seem cool in front of Ahsoka.
Very nice. Yeah, absolutely. You do.
His
That is
new
your
crush.
turn. And that brings us to Spice.
Those Amitos, let me tell you.
Spice, doesn't.
Bubs has a type.
So
one
she just
family.
like, she dodges being like, that was weird, Echo, and then sees Bubbles like literally throw a hammer at her head, so she's gonna turn around to face it. Doesn't have arms anymore, and she's just gonna do like, give it the once over, and make a cultures check to identify. Or it can be whatever. It can be. you
No,
can
cultures
even
check
use-
works.
Or you could even use. I have a new thing now where it could be a mysticism or an engineering check, and I use my culture bonus.
What kind of a check would you like to use?
Cultures would be
There
better.
you go.
I want to identify what this is because I'm not getting my expertise dice. All right, once over. Okay, here we go.
Damn.
Okay, so 20 plus 16, 20, 30. 20 plus 16 is 36. Plus 3 is 39.
39. With the 39, instantly it snaps to you what this is, because you have seen a movie with this very creature in it. You're not sure how accurate that movie is, but these creatures are called outsider elementals. It is when there is a conjunction within a, well, they can be summoned, but there is a conjunction between the elemental plane of fire and some other place that is known as the abyss that creates these creatures that kind of seep into the water and become animated. They are mindless, violent creatures that exist only to drown things and add them to their kind of collective.
Damn it. So Spice would know even if she tries to speak abyssal to it, it's not gonna listen.
You know that it will understand you and it might even respond. It's not going to care.
Okay, yeah, alright, that's fine. So she turns around, gives it the once over, and in Abyssal just goes, "What's up?" And then you see Cinema Q comes off her leg, but actually you guys wouldn't see it because it's invisible.
Here you can see it with the steam.
Oh!
As it detaches, it is like a little perfectly like blank space in this that is shaped like a
there is
drum.
another one.
She
No.
probably has a wireless connection to it still. Too.
Yeah, just like a little leash, like a Bluetooth leash.
Just monthly check-ins and upgrades.
And I don't know Cinema Q enough really to decide what its action is. All I know is that it goes immediately after Spice. So I'm going to have it. Actually, nope. I have to command it to do that. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna hold.
No problem.
It doesn't do anything. It just kind of detaches from her
As
leg.
a swift action, you
Yeah.
detach the Cinema Q. That is your turn, Spice. You stand here now knowing what this creature is. It is an outsider elemental. But that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Gibbs.
Gibbs stretches from Bubble's shoulders and reaches out, and will take movement on his turn until she climbs down and takes movement on her own turn. It
Okay.
doesn't feel so inclined. And will, you know the painting, The Hand of God and Adam?
Yes.
Gibbs just reaches out and takes her little paw and stretches as far as she can to get 5 feet over and touch
Can
Echo's
you-
shoulder.
Return. Are you gonna be Adam or God? Are you God and he's Adam?
I'm God, but it's to Echo, really.
Oh.
The creation
Okay.
of Adam.
You stretch and you reach out. Your legs just like clinging to Bubbles' neck.
Yeah.
You reach over, extending your whole body, using every ounce of your core strength to do so.
Cool. And Gibbs touches Echo. And Gibbs touches Echo and casts Remove Affliction, which removes a bunch of bullshit, but can also just have the general effect of...
Fatigue.
So it doesn't specify. It says
Yeah, these are bad.
remove impurities and a bunch of stuff and other harmful conditions affecting it. But remove condition doesn't do fatigue, and so
You're
remove...
using affliction.
Yeah, it's one level higher than a condition, so I think it should work.
Curses,
But
diseases, infestations, poisons, other harmful conditions affecting it. Yeah, I will say that will absolutely work.
Hey.
So you reach over.
so I
You
have
go
to
ahead and make a
attack
caster check.
a caster check, so it's d20 plus my caster level.
Yep.
And then the DC is 4 plus the DC of the affliction. Okay. 8 plus 13 is 21.
With a 21.
8 plus 13 is 31.
8 plus 13.
Oh, 8. No. 8.
Plus
I heard 18 and
Oh,
I heard
okay.
what I wanted to hear.
So, I tried.
You use this ability stretching out across the steamy space, the roiling, boiling water just inches underneath you, and you touch Echo, and as you do, just barely, you are able to end the fatigue condition on Echo.
Cool.
Thank you.
So now you're fast again.
Hey.
You are fast as fuck once more.
Cool. And then I, like a slinky, just recoil back into Bubs' shoulder.
No problem. You and Bubs, you almost taken off your feet, but Gibbs, no problem. That is your turn. That brings us to these creatures. So these outsider elementals, you can see first. They're gonna move. Each one just kind of sinking into the water, and then rushing across. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 5.
Life Bubble protects people from extreme temperatures without having to attempt a fortitude saving throw.
Fuck, we could have used that
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah, it's a first level spell. I could have casted a bunch.
So these creatures just rush in around all of you.
Oops.
For you, Bubbles, you are surrounded by 2 of them.
Yep.
For you, Spice, there's
Well, you
2
still
more
have
that
it.
are immediately
Do
surrounding
you still
you.
have it?
And then there's a 5th
Use
one that
it
is
later.
kind of rushing towards you, Echo, but they are unable to get into your range in this moment. And actually, because of that, Ahsoka is moving on initiative 7.
Yeah, I'm 4.
Shade is 15.
13.
So you are. I'm just not good at writing. Okay, so this creature is going to use its vortex ability. And as it rushes across the water, you can see it sinks until there is just a head-like appendage that emerges from the surface, and then the water around it begins to swirl and churn. Can everybody make a strength save, please?
Oh dear.
Everyone.
Is a strength save
Fortitude.
fortitude? Okay.
Including Hisoka.
Including Ahsoka.
Do I get Valis's aura?
Ahsoka passes.
Do I benefit from Bubs being a beefcake?
24.
But actually, Gibbs, you do not make this check. Bubs is making it with a -2 conditional modifier for Gibbs.
24 minus
Minus
2.
22.
22.
That is a success.
I would have failed.
30.
30, that is a success.
How about a 21?
21 is a success.
Hey.
We're talking about fortitude?
Yeah.
13.
Oh my
I rolled real
God.
high.
For you, Spice,
Still under the
you
water
feel
bubbling.
the water swirl and churn. You are all wet from this, and you had like your clothing and armor on, so that adds weight to it, and you feel yourself pulled under the water. You are submerged underwater.
Good thing you can breathe.
Yeah, I know. She just like,
This is,
and then just
happen
exhales
anyway.
underwater.
And you
Still
are moved
pretty hot,
15 feet back behind them over there.
Oh, annoying.
It does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
They're literally gonna try to drown you. They'll be like, "Why aren't you dying,
Yeah.
you bitch?"
It's basically just like water. Is it?
Bubbles. For you, you are taking 2 attacks, as they are going to hit you twice with their drench attack.
Ooh.
With this first one, that is
Not
going
very
to be a 27 to hit.
No, it's not very
Okay, 27 is going to hit. How about a 35?
Yeah.
Oh, with a 35, which is almost as high as it can go.
Oh, I have new resistance now.
You have new resistance.
Yeah, I have
Resistance a new thing.
additional resistance.
Bubbles.
Oh no, I picked kinetic damage, so I just have additional to the bubble kinetic damage.
As this drenches you with boiling hot water, you take 30 points of bludgeoning and fire damage. As this slams into you and threatens to pull you underwater, but you stand strong. That is all that one can do. Bubbles.
Yeah, that was
This
water.
second drench attack, or no, the other one already took it. That is all of their attacks. That brings us to Shade. Ahsoka is on deck. Shade, you can see these elemental creatures just rush, becoming part of the water and then re-emerging around your party. Several of them try to drag many of your members underground.
I'm
under the
so
water.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'll fix it.
I got it. What are you
Wait.
doing?
Kinetic is also that's bludgeoning as well, not just piercing.
Bludgeoning is kinetic damage. Fire damage is energy damage.
Okay, but kinetic is like bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, all of them.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so that is another minus that. That's wicked.
Pretty much physical.
Yeah.
Add-
Shades, seeing the situation, gonna jump 5 and 15. So I think 20 gets me up to here,
Okay.
and then 30 to get up about 10 feet.
Okay.
And I have my clinging hands. So I'm gonna cling up on the rocks here.
I'm imagining it like the Chuck E. Cheese, like kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, no problem. You were able to rock it up
Ew.
and then grab onto this element.
So gross. So fast.
And then I'm gonna use. Can I use my action to identify? Physically, are these? Is this one entity that is like the entire pool, or is this like individual entities? What's going on?
Make a life sciences check as an action. Yeah.
However you want to.
Because it's just like that's too big. Probably I'll take one of the smaller ones in a sec.
Any of the smaller ones are.
Huh.
We've gone missing.
I have some small ones.
Shit.
That's I believe a dirty 20.
Against.
That was a life sciences. You said?
Sorry, life sciences.
I know, but it's the same.
Dirty 20.
Yes.
With a dirty 20, you are looking at least 5 disparate creatures that are using the medium of the water as sort of an extension of themselves to move very fast.
Okay.
But these are 5 individual creatures. One of them is badly hurt.
Okay.
Anything else?
Then I'm going to use my exocortex to distracting hack the one that is right near Bubbles. this one.
Okay, go ahead.
32.
Yeah, that absolutely defeats it. There is so. What are you hacking?
It's I can do any computer
Yeah.
within my range, so I'm just gonna do my own exocortex.
Okay, no
to,
problem.
like,
You spark
draw
your
attention
own
over there.
exocortex. As you do, there is just violent imagery and motion and movement and sound and different things that for a moment make you feel like you're in a different place. But no problem. That is absolutely effective. This creature seems to have its attention caught. You see the expressionless water-like mask kind of turn to regard you. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty.
It's flat-footed.
Okay, flat-footed is that outsider elemental.
Yeah, this one.
That brings us to Hisoka. For Hisoka, who has the rings, by the way?
I do.
You grab flat-footed for that creature.
Certainly.
For Hisoka, Hisoka is going to step forward. Sorry, and they are going to move their way over here. And seeing that Spice is underwater, they're going to reach down, and you can feel your dad's arm kind of cling on to yours.
Nice.
Through the like churning water, the boiling water, yelling happening. You can't quite make out the words, but you feel this boost as you gain an additional movement action.
Oh,
For
he
the rest of
hurried
you
me.
who are above this individual, you can just hear Hisoka scream out, "Spice, get up!" And he reaches under the waves, kind of pulling. Action movement. And then that is Hisoka's turn. That brings us down to initiative order 0, and then up to the top of the round to Echo. Echo, from
Okay.
where you are, kind of near the swirling kind of melee in the middle of this room, Spice is like pulled under the water and then down and to the right. Hisoka splashes past you behind you. Bubbles and Gibbs are kind of tangled in this knot that is beneath Shade, who rockets up to cling onto the stone. What are you doing?
Does Echo know that Spice can breathe underwater?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would
Okay.
know. She yells about how cool it is.
I'm fine.
Echo wants to speed behind the closest to Kara shade thing
Sure.
and pull out the Dashikari. No, not the Dashikari. The Spectre Blade.
Okay.
And stab. Stealth. So that is a 40 for the stealth check.
40 is a success.
And a dirty 30.
Dirty 30 is absolutely going to hit. So go ahead and roll
Sweet.
damage for that. You slide behind this entity. You can see this is the one that, not churning to pull Spice beneath, but like turning, ready to strike. It is a creature that has not been hurt yet, and so it's fully kind of substantiated, is it?
All right. 5, 8, 10, 20, 30.
Mathfinder. I literally bought a calculator so I could have like, one of the hand
47
calculators.
points of slashing damage.
47 points of slashing damage is a good amount, and it does the full amount that you would expect. It carves into this creature. There is water that just sprays across the stone. Little elements of oils just dripping down its wake, but anything else, Echo?
Nope.
Okay, that brings us to Bubbles. Spice is on deck. Bubbles, what are you doing? You have Gibbs just kind of like clenching onto you. Gibbs almost pulls you over as they stretch their body out to like painting touch Echo, and then recoils back, almost knocking you over. But what are you doing?
Gibbs, watch out!
Sorry, I wiggle.
Bubs is going to try to stabilize himself, and then he is going to attack this one in front of him.
Okay, go for it.
Which one did I attack last time? Was it that one or?
The one that you attacked last time is the one that was holding Spice. It's in the
that's
cave.
yeah.
It's like flickering. It's just a tendril
Yeah,
of
that's
water.
that's gone at this point.
Sure.
Bubs is focusing on
Spread the damage.
big,
Yeah,
bigger
we love
fights. Single attack.
Picking up as many enemies as we can.
I think
so
full
that they
attack
get
because
as
I think
many
these things
hits
are weak.
against us
Yeah.
as we can.
Yeah, we want to make every.
That's a
Oh my
natural
God,
20
what the
again.
Oh my
Very
god, that's the
nice.
second one this
Roll
game.
damage. This is so, and you had a big one last session too.
Yeah.
Archetype
So roll
is
damage
coming
on
all
this.
back.
Do you need
It's
more
all back
d10s
around.
again?
No, he's
I
on
got
fire.
him.
Okay, okay.
Do I need these? No.
Pumped in full of d10s.
Well, you're the
Fully
one who's
saturated.
rolling.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
Good numbies.
Oh, these are
again.
good numbers again. What the hell?
Break the record.
Uh,
He did.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did. I
29,
think.
33. What? I can't read that one. What does that say?
That's 38.
38,
42.
42.
47 times 2 is
So yeah, you
94
plus 20.
plus 20.
So you broke it by 2 this time. You
This-
broke your
did
previous
this guy
record by
attack
2.
me at any ally at all?
They did, yes.
Yeah.
Who did they attack?
They attacked you, I believe.
I don't think that counts for me. It has to be another ally.
There you
yeah.
go. So still
They did
114
attack
points of
you?
damage.
Oh no, you didn't have
No.
to make the save.
I didn't have to make
Yeah.
it.
114 points of damage is that substantial, and this creature is still barely up. But now, just like the other one, a single tendril
Spread
of
the
water, no
damage, I
longer a
guess.
humanoid. Anything else, Bubbles?
I have a second attack.
No
Yeah,
way.
full attack.
I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
Are you gonna hit the same one or?
After 23 times in a row.
Oh, the DM said it, so it's definitely not going to
oh,
happen.
that's a
Easy come, easy go.
3 plus 16, so 19.
19, that is a miss, unfortunately. Too pumped up on your 2 devastating blows. You swing for a third one and miss wide. Gibbs, you are getting dizzy because Bubbles is just spinning like a top with this hammer, but no problem. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Alrighty.
This is where we needed to take Bubs the whole time.
Spikes.
This is his range.
Yep.
You are underwater. You are swirling around. You feel as if, for anybody else, this would be like a life or death situation. It's hot and very unpleasant and would likely kill you in a relatively short period of time, but immediately you are okay. You can kind of feel this creature's grip as it's like pulling you down. What are you doing?
So, what are you laughing at?
Use of cocaine.
Oh yeah, well it's -4 to dex, but +10 to movement. Let's see here.
Well, drowning underwater. Perfect time for some
Yeah,
Oh, it's
she's like, ah,
clumpy.
it's just getting everywhere. It's blowing away in the stream. Fuck.
The
What do I?
cocaine is wet.
So I've got another move action.
Probably
Well,
dissolved.
so she's gonna
Why are we
command.
getting high?
Yes. First things first. Command Cinema Q. Well, that will resolve itself on Cinema Q's turn.
Sure.
Am I prone? So do I have to use one?
Technically, yes, you
Okay,
are prone.
so prone. I'll get up from prone. 1 move action. That stinks. Second move action. It's not grappling me, right?
Correct.
So I'm just going to get away from it. So 1, 2.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Cinema Q will get activated in that case, which is fine. I'll take it.
Okay.
As a reaction, Cinema Q. You'll see what Cinema Q does.
That is going to be almost certainly a hit. That is going to be a 32.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Got my temp HP from my naked yoga.
as you swim away, bolstered by your naked yoga, you still are going to be taking 7, 13, 18, 28 points of bludgeoning and
Well, that
fire
just-
damage as it lashes out underwater, and you can feel your skin like boil where it touches. But you are able to kick away. It is just your leg, and you make it out to the other part of the water. You erupt from the steaming water. It is almost worse above than it is below. But what are you doing?
Okay. She moves. Oh my god, I still have a standard action. I can't don't quit myself. I can only remove fatigued from an ally and not myself, which
Your dad's?
fucking stinks. Is my dad fatigued?
Yeah.
Oh, so then I'll reach out to my dad's mind. She goes, "Dumbass, I can breathe underwater."
You can see
Also,
he starts.
don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'm practiced. But you don't quit this battle. And she'll remove fatigued.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll use a resolve point to remove the condition completely.
Very nice. You steal your will, and in doing so, you channel an element of that over to your father. And though you imagine your dad's still going to worry about you, You can see he nods his head. He steadies himself. He seems more in the fight now.
This isn't my first spelunking exposition, Daddy. Don't worry.
You say that is your turn, Spice.
Wait, Cinema Q needs to resolve
yeah.
both their actions. So
Cinema Q.
as a reaction from getting hit, drowned, Cinema Q is going to use their... As a reaction, an opponent within 30 feet, blah blah blah, can make a single ranged attack. You'll see out of like Cinema Q's little optical eye in the center, it just like folds down, and you see one of the guns from the armory sticks out.
Oh,
Specifically,
right, I forgot you took this.
Yeah.
I was
Para-
kept sick toys.
No. The barrel of a parahelion laser just sticks out of Cinema Q, and it goes.
No problem. The
I'm picturing
perihelion
like
laser.
a Spaceballs R2D2.
Kind of, yeah. So like this goofy looking like
This
social
is
media
literally what I'm
drone.
imagining.
Yeah,
it
just
looks like.
floats up, and you see the little silver part, like a what's it called? Apertures open, and then this barrel out and fires this tiny little laser
one
bolt.
can open its head.
Go ahead.
I haven't installed.
Go ahead and
the
make your attack
bombs
roll.
yet.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, Cinema Q has good ranged attack, believe it or not. It only is good if I roll well. Cinema Q on their first command didn't roll well, so that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Against.
That's laser, so EAC.
That is a meets a beats.
Yeah! Cinema Q hits on their first! I need 4d4! I don't have that many. I only have one. Oh, I have 2d4. So I'm gonna need 2.
Yeah, that's a D8.
Thank you.
I got you.
Alright. Let's see. 44
Oh,
Cinema
damn,
Q. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 5 is 13 points of damage.
13 points
fire.
of fire damage. As you shoot this laser, it streaks and goes almost straight through this beast. You can see the water like boils extra hard through where the laser strikes. It does damage as the full amount that you would expect.
So that was Cinema Q's attack of opportunity.
Reaction.
And then so as their full action, they also I guess they fold up the barrel of their gun, and you see these shadowy arms come out the side. And then you know how when Spice casts Jolting Surge, she claps her hands. Oh wait, no, she draws it across her body. That's what she does.
Yeah.
You see Cinema Q does the same thing with their shadowy arms, and like expels a arc of lightning at these watery creatures.
Okay.
Spice taught Cinema Q that one.
Phenomenal.
So this is Arc Strike. Blah blah blah.
Sounds done
Within
by a
30
robot.
feet of you. Blah blah blah. As a standard action, you create a regular and effective disability. Your custom ring with so I think so. You attempt a reflex save.
You attempt a reflex?
No.
No.
Oh.
So does this target one creature?
Yes, one.
Okay. This is going to be very interesting.
Oh wait, no. Each creature in a line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, Cinema Q is close to Spice is the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have like. I guess I could put. I think it needs like Cinema Q needs to be 30 feet from Spice to do this.
Yeah.
So
Where you are, you'll hit that line.
you think I can get here so I can put Cinema Q here and get
But your
two
dad's gonna
enemies?
be in the line. If you do that.
Well, what if Cinema
Next to your
Q
dad,
like
'cause
pops
you-
on top of Dad?
Just like right over top. And
Yeah.
Floats over. Yeah, you could do that.
Like
And then as a
Hisoka will
line, you
feel
hit-
like
This one and this one. If it's going this way.
I can see several ways that you could hit two.
Or
in a
these
line.
two.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
that. You could do the two like that.
Okay, I'll get the two. So Cinema Q. Oops, was Echo here?
Yeah, it goes right there.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Cinema Q. Actually, on this. No, on this rock. So it's
Okay.
closest to me.
On
Cinema
this
Q
little
looks like a
ledge.
little starfish. And then it's going to lightning arc in a line.
Absolutely.
Get that perfect ledge.
So reflex saves.
Reflex save.
That's not D20. Okay. The high one is an 18.
Yeah. Well, Cinema Q.
The
fucking-
low one is a 12.
Oh, dude, you don't make it. Well, the
Nice.
first one obviously does, but the second one doesn't.
go ahead.
So this is 4d8 damage. Believe it or not, this is Sinwiki's best
Damn.
move.
That's like not.
Yeah, it's
small
not a
amount.
joke.
It's not.
That's not a D8.
I only have 1d8.
Oh, I got you. I got you. There you
Thank you. All right.
Do you need
so
another one?
4d8.
Oh,
No,
I got
I'm
it.
good. I've got all 4. 10, 16 plus 8. That's 24.
24. This does more damage than you would expect it to at first.
Like
Because
just a
you
water.
Yep.
use this ability, you can see there is a jolting surge that ripples through. The first one is able to split itself in half, and the electricity passes through and then strikes someone on the other side. And you can see electricity just ripples through that. Water steams and immediately just becomes this cloud around them. There is this big gurgle as they like take this big shot. They are still up. Anything else?
That's the noise that Sinwiki makes.
Phenomenal. Like a cute Pokemon, Cinemacue responds. That is your turn. That is Cinemacue's turn.
Yep.
That brings us to Gibbs.
Okay, Joe, I'm learning a new spell.
Okay.
And the spell sucks because somebody on Reddit had the same question I have.
I love that.
So I sent it to you so you know what I'm referencing.
Okay.
Ectoplasmic barrage
Yeah, I'm familiar with this one.
does not say how many barrages you get. And so it has a range of close, and so the internet says I can do as many barrages as there are enemies within that range.
Targets up to 2 creatures that are no more than 30 feet apart from each other.
That answers
No,
that.
that's magic arrow.
Ectoplasmic barrage.
Where are you seeing this?
It could be up.
On Archives of Nethys.
What? That's a go-to Starfinder spot.
Yeah.
Ari,
No, I'm serious. I like Googled it.
you
like,
get an
what?
F in Googling.
I think you have them switched.
No, because I traded out magic arrow for this.
Range close, 25 feet plus 5 feet per, or 2 levels. Targets up to 2 creatures that are no more than 30 feet apart from each other.
How is it a barrage if it's only 2 projectiles? Fine.
It's a barrage of 2 projectiles.
Is it barrage even a?
Barrage? Yeah, I think it's applied.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That answers my question then.
Okay,
I'll write it on my spell card. Can I barrage Weenie McWeenerson
yeah.
over here?
sure.
And then who was the other weaky guy? This guy?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna try and clean up the mess.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'll cast this at I guess I'll only cast it at first level and see how it goes.
Make your range attacks.
Clean up the mess. Clean up the mess.
Natural 20.
Oh my
natural
god,
20
we're
absolutely hits.
rolling
And,
fire over here.
And the other one's only like a 7 plus. Hold on.
What's high?
So it's a 7 plus 11, which makes it an 18,
That
doesn't
is
it?
a miss,
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately. But the first one absolutely hits.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll damage on that.
It's got a knockdown critical effect.
Yep, we'll get there.
Cool. 2d6. Not so bad. Oh, double 6s.
Wow,
Holy fuck.
amazing.
On my nat 20. So that's 24 damage
Okay,
plus nothing.
that's okay. And you don't need to worry about the knockdown because as you cast this spell, one of them misses, but the other one strikes true and just erupts, rippling out of this creature, and the water just explodes back into the cave. There's nothing that
This
rises
one you
back
want,
in its
guys?
place. Sure. Anything else, Gibbs?
No, I will move on Bubs' turn if he feels so inclined. I just
Alright.
ratatouille on top of his head for a while.
Absolutely, you yank at his non-existent hair. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to these outside elementals. So, with this one's just going to close here. Not really effectively move anywhere, and the one that is here will turn and face Ahsoka. Okay. So, Bubbles, you have 2 that are on you.
Let's do it.
One is badly hurt. It's going to take its attack first. That is only going to be, I believe, a 17 to hit. The second one is going to use its whelm attack. That is going to be a 32 to hit against your KAC.
Oh, that misses.
Okay. So that is all that those 2 can do. That brings us over to the one that is facing Ahsoka.
Kind of wanted it to hit me.
That is cocked.
Well,
That
not
is
well
going
does.
to be enough to hit Ahsoka, who has no armor on. Ahsoka is going to take 13,
Oh, no. We're gonna have to save my
17,
dumbass dad.
27 points
You guys are friends now.
of bludgeoning damage.
Will you let me
He
know
dies
if he
in
seems
my
like,
arms.
if he seems like he's doing it poorly?
That's a good amount, but he's still okay. You can see he is hit by this and almost like spun into the water. He just barely keeps his feet about him, but he is up. That is that one. The final creature, you can see this toxic sort of water being is near you, Echo, and it's going to curve around and attempt to submerge you under the water with its whirl attack. Can you make
Hello.
a fortitude saving throw, please?
Of course. Oh, that is shitty. Well, that's a 10.
Can you roll a d8 and a d10 for me, please?
Sure. I'd rather not.
An 8 total. 4 and a 4.
Okay. Okay. So, Echo, you are pulled under the water, and you are yanked and slammed into the stone here.
Ow.
You are prone underwater, and as you collide at almost your running speed with this wall, you
Oh.
are going to take a little bit of damage.
That would certainly not be a good time.
Echo, while you are underwater, you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage as you are bodily slammed into this wall and are submerged as well. You are not restrained or held, but you are prone. That is these creatures' turns. That brings us to Shade.
This is not as fun as I had hoped it would be.
Not as comfy, no.
I guess I'm gonna. How's everyone looking?
You cast a glance around, not a quick glance. Hard to tell. You can only see about like 15, 20 feet in front of you. And from up where you are, very hard to kind of see.
I can see through smoke and steam.
Oh, then there you go. No problem. You can see just enough to tell that without a check of any kind, you're not seeing anybody who looks badly hurt.
Cool. I'm gonna exocortex distract the other one that didn't get absolutely beefed on.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just embarrassed.
Ooh, that's a natural 1. So,
Oh, and
it's
you
still,
can't reroll.
It's still at 26.
Oh my
That is not
god.
high enough.
Oh, sorry, 27.
Still not high enough. But
Um,
not, I mean, still pretty close considering it was a natural 1.
And then I guess I'll.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Starfinder numbers get real
Yeah,
insane
I
real
know.
fast.
What is this representing right
Cinema
now?
Q.
That
That's
is a
cinema
little
cube.
drone.
Oh, okay.
I need to get
can I
some-
occupy the same space as it? I think
It's
I can.
small.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
small.
like a small.
Because it's a small hovering. Right, so-
Reach on the top
Well,
of
right now
And it
it looks
recognizes
like
you
a
as its papa.
starfish on the side of the mermaid ledge.
And then it hops onto your chest and just perfectly covers one
Oh.
nipple.
Cause it actually does. I'm outfitted Cinema Q to have like all terrain-ness, so it literally can.
All-terrain.
So your nipples are all terrain?
Yes.
HCV
and
nipples.
then
Listen to nipples are wild.
Whoa.
action. I guess I'll just. Can I hit it from here? Like if I'm technically
On the ledge, yeah, you can reach down
there.
there.
Alright. I'm gonna just
I think
smack
that's
that
even better for it if it's ranged.
one. I'm not. I'm
Nah.
hitting it with the, just slicing it.
You would get a +2 for elevation, though, yeah. For range.
Actually, nah. I already rolled, so I'm gonna do this one.
Sure.
But it's a 27.
That hits.
And it's 2d10. 28 slashing damage.
28 slashing damage. Very nice. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. You make it over to this ledge. You occupy the same space as this metallic starfish-shaped creature, but no problem. You start attacking this elemental. That brings us to Hisoka. So Hisoka just took a hit. It was not like devastating to him, but he didn't like it,
Yeah.
and he is going
And he's a
to
whiny rich boy.
try to run to
No,
We're
it's
take
not.
some shelter
solidly
behind
middle
Bubbles.
class.
Bubbles, behind you, you can hear the splashing and this gasp as he like pulls oxygen in and like emerges from the water. He splashes over to where you are, and he like puts these like wet hands on you, and he just says, "Bubbles, you have to help me." and you feel this like bolster in your morale. You get the sense that at least until the end of Hisoka's next turn, you cannot be frightened or charmed in any way. But that is Hisoka, and then he's going to delay his action for something else. That brings us to the top of the round to Echo.
If Hisoka does die, Bubs does move up on the spice list.
It's true.
So
Do
is
you
it
want that, though?
is it half movement to get up or it's whole movement?
Full movement to get up.
Full
Yeah.
movement to get up. Echo is going to quietly like dip up above the water line,
Okay, so just
Yeah, that's
slowly,
scary.
yeah.
Like Rambo.
and then yeah,
Make a
and then
stealth
just
check.
have the gun.
Free one.
No, it's part of my trick attack.
Oh.
34.
34. That's close. Hold on a second. 34 is a success.
Yay!
I 27 to hit.
Yeah!
That is a hit as well, so go ahead and
When
roll.
Echo
Nice.
hits, it is devastating for everyone.
You emerge from the water. Yeah, for everybody.
It's devastating
everybody
for
feels
everyone.
bad about
There's
it.
a child back
That's-
on Earth just crying now.
It's like,
Didn't
you
work his
know,
collar
there's
bones.
one. Whoop, whoop. That ran away. Okay, so that's 11,
Ooh, big
12.
numbies.
It's the disintegrator. 14,
Yeah, it's a D20 for the
18,
I fucking love when Echo hits because
20,
a
30,
stupid amount of damage.
35, 41 points of acid damage.
41 points of acid damage.
And those
That's
were
the
shit
full amount
numbers.
that you would expect. I'm giving it 1 second here. And that was the same one.
That's the wide flat one right there.
Flat one. That's the one that Spice got with the, or that Cinema Q got technically.
Yep.
That creature is not looking too good. You can see as you are able to kind of like lurk out of the water and strike, that goes straight through the core of it. You can see it almost falls to half its size. It's in bad shape. There's another one that's in like equally bad shape, and then the other ones seem like relatively, they're hurt, but they're not just a single tentacle of water quite yet. Anything else, Echo?
Nope, just Echo-mandoing over here.
Okay, Echo-mandoing over there. That brings us to Bubbles. Bubbles, these creatures have kind of surrounded you and Gibbs. Gibbs is kind of like just firing spells off your shoulders. What are you doing?
Bubs is really happy that he has a good buddy system right now because you always want to swim with a good buddy system.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, that's the rules. So Bubs will shout out.
As above, so below.
Yeah, stay with me, Hisoka. Me and Gibbs will protect you.
I thought I was the
No,
buddy.
no, we are. It's a triple
Yeah,
buddy.
And then you go, yay, Ahsoka!
No, it's triple,
That's
it's
what we
triple
all
buddy.
thought.
I was like, ooh, starting to be with pride. And
I
then-
know, and then
Well,
Soka.
to be fair, you are horse playing around.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm imagining like Gibbs's thighs
That's
just like
Bubs
scissoring
breathing
around
in the steam
Bubbles'
in the
neck.
water
It's like
after
he's, like, struggling
jolting
to
Gibbs for
breathe.
the
Yeah.
second time
But
today.
no worries.
No, every time Gibbs does
Squeeze a
this,
little
she just
tighter.
changes her position on Bubs' body.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
squeeze a little tighter.
I'm just gonna single attack because I wasted too much time coughing.
Yeah, go for it. Good
Um,
as any. Good
that's
as
a
reason as any.
4 plus 18 is 22.
That guy's
22 against
flat-footed.
KAC.
Yeah, but he's flat-footed.
He's
so whatever that means.
flat-footed. Even if he wasn't flat-footed, that
Hey,
is a
what,
meets it, beats it.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, is
hits.
it?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
cool.
This is not a crazy. It's water.
Yeah.
Guys, we splash good.
Ah! I'll just read this. 8, 12,
So many dice.
24. Is that a 10? Oh, 34. 43. Plus 20
43,
is 63.
63 points of damage. Bubbles, this is the one that you already hurt.
Yes.
You destroy that creature, just pulverizing it back into the rest of the water, and nothing reemerges. It is just a oil slick that just dissolves into the rest of the boiling water. Anything else, Bubbles?
Now it's your turn to take a bath.
You know, everyone's taking my one-liners. You know, I was gonna say splish splash. I was gonna say, forget it. You know.
Right.
You
Seems
guys play my
Bubbles
character.
Seems like Bubbles is boiling over. So that brings us to Spice. Get your own
Okay.
deck.
Echo thinks they're being nice by like throwing up ideas into the
Do you
chat.
have like a southwestern whistle on Sirenscape by any chance?
like not loaded up, ready to go. But
Wait,
yes.
okay.
Okay.
We can do it. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
That was my whistle.
Phenomenal.
You and I
You
same
see
time.
as Spice
That's pretty good.
like walks up, clicking her boots against the floor of the lazy river, and she unclicks her titanium rope, and she makes a lasso, and she's going to, in Abyssal, say, "Yeehaw!" and she's going to whip with the titanium cable this guy,
Okay.
and with it, jolting surge across the titanium's cable to
Thunderbolt.
the abyssal creature.
It's
Nice.
super effective.
Give me 1 second.
I like that. That's a cool.
I just gotta see. I do like
Yeehaw,
that.
I like to imagine
motherfuckers.
that there's no translation of yeehaw. So you just say yeehaw like, yeah.
Yeah, everybody can hear it. Yeah.
It's like when you're watching anime and it's like,
Broccoli.
yeah, exactly.
I will say that
Holy shit.
because the spell says you can instead touch an electrical device a target is wearing. What I will
Oh
say is
my
for this as part of the attack,
Oh.
go ahead
It's-
make a melee attack against your target's EAC.
Okay.
You didn't know that.
Thank you for reading it when I'm clearly not.
No
I
worries.
am just rule of
Great.
cooling this on my own terms, and I apologize. Nice, natural 17.
Very nice.
Well, jolting surge. Oh, it's melee attack. Okay, right. 17 plus 11 is.
And you get +2 to your attack roll also.
Yep. Okay, so that's 18, 19, 20, 30, 30.
That is absolutely a hit. So go ahead, roll 4d6 electricity damage.
I literally have 1d6. Can I collect more d6? Oh wait, here's 2 right here.
Yeah.
How we've
I
been
don't-
playing games together for literally
Like I said,
a
I
decade at this
lose
point.
all my
For
dice,
the
and I don't
number
know
of
where they
people at
go.
This table,
I
how
don't-
do you guys keep losing
Valid.
all the dice?
We've had to lend dice to everybody
I
at
I
this
literally
table
have
so
the
far
same
today.
sets of dice since we started.
8, 9,
I
10,
know.
15 points of electricity damage.
Which is a grand total of 30. And which one are you targeting?
This guy with the hands. Right in front of Cinema Q and
Right in
Jade.
front of Cinema Q and Shade. That is the one that has the least amount of damage, but it's still not looking good now. All of these entities, the 3 that are remaining, are all looking at least a little bit rough. The one kind of further over here is looking really bad. The other one's looking pretty damaged as well. Anything else, Spice?
Nope, that's everything I can do. Oh,
Oh,
Cinema Q!
there you go.
So, Cinema Q, Mommy just made a jolting surge, and I think Cinema Q's just gonna arc strike again because that's one of the things that it can do.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep people in mind.
So you need to make a reflex saving throw as Cinema Q draws its shadowy arms across itself and goes ka-cha!
Okay. That is going to be a 24
Oh yeah, no, you save.
and a 13.
Nope, don't save.
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes
Okay, go ahead and make
Pay
your
for a
attack roll.
soundboard.
For your damage
4d8. I'm gonna need 3 more. I'm so sorry, everybody. Thank you. All right,
That
that's
was the best part of that movie.
Echo and I win the achievement for most borrowed dice.
yeah.
That's why I went to camp.
Wow,
Not
not
Kara,
great
Echo.
rolls.
Those are
2,
those
4,
are shitty
6.
rolls.
So 10 points of electricity damage.
But deals twice as much as you would expect, which is good because that's not a lot of damage.
Okay.
And you can see the one that is directly in front of you kind of collapses into a single tendril. It is in bad shape. It is like on its last legs. But that is your turn, Spice.
Yep.
All right. After casting Jolting Surge, after Cinema Q casts their version
Arc
of
Strike,
Jolting Surge, these creatures still up. But that brings us to Gibbs.
Gibbs thinks damage dealing is being done effectively, and like looks down at Yasoka begging Bubs and is like, "What am I, chopped Yasoki?" And we'll cast
Buddy system.
against him, not against him, for him, whatever. Life bubble.
Okay.
It lets him breathe underwater.
Nice.
He doesn't have to
Absolutely.
take the fortitude saving throw anymore. It negates all of the environmental bullshit that's going on right now.
Okay. So you cast the spell on him. He accepts it, and there is almost instantly matching. Bubbles is kind of like projected sphere.
Yeah.
A that emerges around Ahsoka. He breathes in deep and can suddenly breathe better. You can see he looks around and seems to immediately recognize you were the person that did this.
Yeah.
And he reaches towards you and tries to grab you off of Bubbles' shoulders and just goes, sit on my shoulders, and like tries to like wrestle you over because that is a very effective spell for him.
No, I'm heavier than I look. I keep gaining weight. It looks good on me. I'd stay on Bubbles.
You Yosoki paw him away. But that is your turn, Gibbs.
Yeah, I will move on
Alrighty.
Bubbles' turn.
No problem. That is
Not
very
heavy
helpful for
buses.
Ahsoka. That brings us to the others. Bubbles, where
Yeah, I'm
you
like
are,
35 pounds, but I started the campaign at like 15.
they take a whelm attack against you. That is going to be a 33 to hit. Bubbles?
Oh, sorry.
He's literally daydreaming.
About Gibbs' fat thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, maybe I should leave
30,
Spice.
33
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah,
That's a meet to beat today.
That's
it's
way
a
better.
beats it. Bubbles, you are taking not a lot of damage. That is a total of 20 points
Is it
of
bludgeoning?
bludgeoning and fire damage.
So that's
Strikes into you. The other one that is the other two that are still up. One is going to turn and take an attack with a little bit of a disadvantage up against you, Shade, believing that you are the source of the damage that Cinema Q is dealing out.
Because
I
she's
did hit it,
invisible.
That is going to be a yeah, but it's the electric damage that's really hurting it. That is 29 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Alrighty, Shade, you are taking 17 points of bludgeoning and fire damage as it lashes out with this tendril of boiling water. The other one is going to lash out at you, Spice.
Okay.
That is going to be a 36 to hit,
Yeah, duh.
and you are going to be taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 21 points of bludgeoning and fire damage as it just lashes out and strikes you back. That is all of these individuals, and so that brings us to you, Shade. You can see many of these creatures just roiling tentacles now, no longer humanoid. They're in bad shape. There is one that still has some element of form, but even it is hurt. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fuck up the one that just hit me.
Okay, that is the one that looks the most hurt. Or no, sorry, second most hurt.
It's gonna be I think like a 30 something.
That hits.
I ordered some.
Just now, good,
Not during the break, but yeah.
nice. That's
Oh, dice.
plus,
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
36 slashing to this guy.
36 points of
To hand
slashing.
McGee.
Shade. That is just enough.
Nice.
That is
Yay.
perfectly the amount that it had left. You
Is there
lop
any
straight through it
exact
and you
amount
carve
of
it in
effort
half.
needed?
It just peels apart.
Calculated.
And then, Exocortex, I'm gonna distracting hack the one that's most engaged, I guess, now here
Okay.
again.
Move it
white
back to the
ghost.
original.
Not a natural one, so I think it's gonna pass. It's like a 40 something.
No problem. So that is your turn, Shade.
Yeah, so this one's flat-footed now.
That brings us to Hisoka. They are like swatted away from Gibbs. They're unable to kind of grab onto you. But now Gibbs, they go, I'm sorry, this is so much and this helped. And they're just going to like adhere themselves basically onto Bubbles and Gibbs and like become a third person that is now
This
like
is
The
the
buddy
latched
system!
onto you.
This is
This
very
is a
much the
rat
buddy
king!
system.
This is
Yeah.
exactly how people drown.
Yeah, kind of.
You all just grab onto each other.
That
Except
is
that they don't
Hisoka's
have
turn. He's
jetpacks.
holding his action. That brings us to the top of the round to Echo.
Wait, does he actually cast it here on
No,
them?
no.
Oh.
He doesn't. No.
He's
We're
got
in this
very
together.
similar
You can't do
abilities,
that
though,
with-
as
You can't do
Spice.
that with living creatures.
Oh.
Echo ducks back down under the water and swims around behind the flat thing again.
Okay.
Behind.
Is that not the behind?
That's
Oh.
the
It's
behind.
kind of hard because it's just like a shadow, and so
Yeah.
there's no like front or back
Da-da.
necessarily, and it's hurt enough now.
Whatever Echo considers the behind today. And up and shoot.
Yeah, go ahead and make your stealth check on the attack roll.
So that is a dirty 30, so that's not a success.
That is a meets it beats it.
That is a
Nice.
success. With 17 plus 15.
That is going to be a 32.
That to hit.
That's right.
32 is a hit.
Woo! Shark Echo is super effective.
This is the strategy that you need as Shark Echo.
This is the strategy. Tiny dice.
Shark.
Tiny dice are hard to read. Goddamn. So that's
I had tiny dice for a while, and I was like, that's not.
I
this
only
is not
rolled
the
20
case.
dice once, and I was
It's
done.
another
One shot.
10,
I remember
20.
that.
That was a great one. I put it in a bottle,
17.
too.
It's fucking Bob Gorse.
25,
Crazy ass character.
33,
From eating?
52, 58 points of acid damage.
58 points of acid damage.
I rolled a 19 on my
Echo.
d20.
You
That's
pop
amazing.
out of the water and execute this creature. You start firing before you emerge, so the water begins to bubble and boil as a disintegration pistol just atomizes a stream of water. There is this of steam, and then you just rip this creature in half. No problem. Anything else, Echo?
Blink. It's still like
Right. No problem. Eyes and nose above the water. That is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Bubbles. Bubbles, there's only one creature left, and it is locked into
Yeah,
combat.
but I have two people pulling me down the water, so Bubs is gonna just wait. Hold on, there's too many. Oh no, wait, guys, this is against the rules of. No wait. And Bubs is gonna just start kind of sinking.
Okay.
What?
Bubbles,
You have a
you just
jetpack.
begin to sink
No, I'm
as
not
you
gonna
like
use it.
you pull this hammer down. You're like ready to swing, and then all of a sudden Hisoka like grabs onto your arm around your side. Like Gibbs almost gets knocked off, and so Gibbs like grabs on tighter, and you can't really move. And so you just kind of sink here, and you begin to think, is this how I die? Do I drown in 3 feet of water? But no problem. That is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to you, Spice.
Oh,
Spice,
it's
from where
Spice's
you
turn. Holy
are,
shit, I was not thinking about that.
Many of these creatures decimated by both Echo and Shade, and here it is just one creature left.
It's
You
three
can see
feet.
it is
It's two people
behind
left.
Bubbles, Gibbs,
How
and
tall
Hisoka,
is
who are all
Bubs?
occupying kind of the same space.
Oh, well, I can buy us some time here, because it understands me, so I can get Cinnamon, get out of my way. I can doom it. Yeah, language dependent, mind affecting. Does it have an intelligence of at least 1?
You don't know.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot anyway. So, she in Abyssal says, you see those two? That creature coming upon you? That is worse than anything you've ever seen. In Abyssal, and dooms it in a 120-foot line. So you need to make a blah, blah, blah. Oh, so I need to make a bluff check against its sense motive.
Okay. 10.
No, well, my bluff, I'm just not even gonna roll. Okay.
You terrify this creature as you rise out in Abyssal. You say that this is the most horrifying creature that.
As Bubbles is like holding up the 2 arms of Gibbs and Ahsoka.
And for just a moment, like the camera flashing for this creature's view, it's like the Predator, like all infrared and like, you know, different spectrums of light. But it looks in this moment like a massive, rising, like tentacle creature, even darker and more abyssal than it. And innately within its core, it feels frightened. And in this moment, you absolutely succeed at dooming it.
Amazing. So it has to do, fight defensively, run away, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
No turn.
Anything else on Spice?
I'm going to just use my movement to move closer to my door.
Okay, you begin to surge, rushing through the water. It gets a little deeper to about chest height, but you make your way through, and you can see, like, there is these little red lights that would indicate that there is a door up and beyond. But no problem, it is your turn. Spice.
And then Cinema Q is not going to do anything with its turn and just come back to me and follow me.
No problem. Begins to follow. That brings us to you, Gibbs.
Gibbs like a cat being lowered into a bathtub, does not like water.
Yeah.
So it's gonna kind of like glare at Ahsoka and be like, "You ruined a good thing," and just leap from Bubs's shoulders, leaping over.
Okay.
I won't take an attack of opportunity because that guy's flat-footed, and I'm just gonna jetpack over to here.
Okay. You leap off and your little jetpack across, and you land amongst the stones. There are these little platforms that are designed for people to sit on, so easy enough you can grab purchase. What are you doing from up there?
I'm gonna mind throw.
Yeah,
That worked?
I love mine.
Because
only because I can speak Abyssal.
I mean,
it doesn't need to understand me. It just needs to have an intelligence score.
What
So
kind of saving throw?
Could I get a will save, please? And I'm only gonna cast this at the first level.
That is
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cast it at the second level.
Okay.
Sorry.
That is a 12.
Yeah, okay. DC 19. 40, 10.
Oh, yay.
Alright, just gonna go ahead and get ready.
Yeah, just get your hand on the trigger over here. To blow this motherfucker up.
16, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 damage?
It is still up.
No!
It's like
Barely, but it is still up. You can see there is this mind thrust, and it is like
Oh yeah, you totally could have.
it is like
Yeah,
somebody like strikes a speaker on the inside of it as loud as possible. The water like away from it before back in to the single tentacle that is just whipping back and forth, violent and angry. Anything else, Gibbs?
No, I make sure that Bubs doesn't drown because of like Yosoka.
This thing just rips back and forth, and it is its turn. It is doomed, and it does need to like act according to the doom spell.
Yep.
In its very primitive mind, kind of sensing this evil creature emerging that is Bubbles and Hisoka, and then seeing the head of this creature in its mind pop off and begin fighting independently as Gibbs, this creature is horrified. And
Ew.
very quickly, it is going to just rush away from all of you.
Attack
This does
opportunity.
provoke an attack of opportunity from Bubbles.
There it
if
is.
you wanted to take it.
I'll take it. But I wanted to make it seem like it's an accident.
Okay.
Because it's gonna care.
No, because Bubs is like fussing around with this full-grown adult on him.
You got a clingy girlfriend. You
Oh,
should
that's a
use this.
19.
That's a 19.
Yeah, Spice has definitely.
19 total.
Yeah, plus 18.
So not
I'm gonna
yet.
do single
That is a
attack.
hit. Go ahead and roll damage on it.
Actually, I have to do single attack.
So
So
like
no.
what, 10d10 again? All right, everybody, pull up your d10s.
You still got him.
6. So 9.
Bubbles.
So 15. Okay.
It only had 7 points of health left.
Nice.
Tell us how it happens.
Like I said, Bubs is like falling. Like I imagine Gibbs like pushes him one direction and that throws him off kilter balance, and then he kind of like falls forward with the hammer, right on top of it, and then like flash forward and there's a big tidal wave splash, and like Bubs like doesn't yell cannonball, but like he would if he was the person who watched it,
Absolutely.
and he's really hoping no one does, because that was embarrassing.
Sure. As you are almost being drowned by your allies, you whip around your hammer really more out of self-defense than anything, and you feel like you hit a home run, just like a crack as it strikes into the water. And with this individual, that strike is almost like hitting stone. It is like it reverberates through your arms as it spatters, and in just this moment, it is like a rainbow kind of filtering through these droplets, and then it strikes the ground. It's steamy and hot and like sweaty again, but you are all out of initiative, as Bubbles has slain the last of these outsider elementals.
Nice.
For now.
Dun,
dun.
Spice, you splash your way through this space, kind of splash, splash, splash. You can see there are like stone elements that you could climb up to get to the stairs, or to get to the door. Are you doing that?
Yep.
Okay. Is everybody following Spice?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
get my gun and my heat gun. I'm gonna shoot at the door.
Okay.
Shoot at the door.
Yeah, it's just a red laser that tells me how hot it is.
You make your way over. You point it at the door.
Yeah.
I'm
But you
gonna
can't tell how good the
spend-
turkey's cooked in the
The
oven.
door is quite hot on the other side. Bubbles. It reads 144 degrees.
I'm gonna spend 45 seconds and 5 spell slots to cast Life Bubble on everybody.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So I do this as I'm hopping. I hop from like point to point, and then just like cast one at Bubbles, then hop to
I
that
imagine
point
kind
and
of like
cast one
as
at...
they get to the other side,
Yeah.
you hop off of the rocks and like onto each of your party members using them like stones to cross.
After Bubbles.
And as you climb
Crawling.
across each of their like heads and shoulders, you feel like a little Yosoki paw like right in your face, right down on your head, and there is a poof of magic as Gibbs casts Life Bubble. And almost instantly you can breathe better. The heat becomes less oppressive. It is incredibly helpful in the circumstance.
How
So-
does the life bubble, like, where does it sit on my? Is it
It's
like?
an inch
for
away
you,
from your skin.
It's like underneath your regular bubble.
Aw,
So you
man.
don't see it at all. You don't really feel it.
Okay,
You do feel a little bit
I
better
thought
in
I was gonna
terms
be
of
double
breathing.
bubble, toil and trouble.
No. You are double bubble, but
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still
you can
double
only
bubble.
double bubble.
What did you call it? Life bubble?
It's called Life Bubble. It creates a constant and movable 1 inch of tolerable living conditions customized for each creature. Gives you the ability to breathe in a variety of atmospheric conditions, including harmful gases and vapors, including inhaled diseases and poisons, as well as spells with harmful gaseous effects. In addition, it protects the targets and their equipment from extreme temperatures between -50 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit without having to attempt a fortitude saving throw, as well as extreme pressures.
You just broke Joe's dungeon.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
I'm sure it's gonna get 150.
Does anybody remember how hot the gun that Bubbles just pointed at the door was?
140 degrees.
No.
44.
44 degrees.
Yeah, that's close.
Ah, shit.
Which means, so if you had cast this, it would have helped you very much through the portion that you have been through.
Will help us
When
all
you
the way
move
back.
beyond next door,
Yeah.
it is about to be just a little hotter than helps.
It lasts a day.
You imagine,
Maybe if you just like fan us, we'll like get that nice little.
It
5
just
degrees
feels
cooler.
a little extra warm now.
you imagine you'll be moving from extreme heat to the next category above that.
What even is further than extreme heat?
So in Starfinder,
Death heat.
no, I can't remember what it's called because I
Arizona.
didn't copy the actual name of the heat.
It's
but
like hazardous or something.
120 degrees is extreme heat. 140 degrees is the next step up, and I believe there's one more on top of that. But
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, so I appreciate you all coming this far. Maybe I'll just take a quick peek and see if maybe like that's the end of our journey.
Gibbs, I do not think that you would.
You of all people doesn't need to take a peek. Let's send
Fair.
Bubbles up there.
This does not seem like a grotto belonging to the grandmother from our experience in the past.
what you're looking at right now is like a pretty plain metallic door. There's no key card reader here, just a light indicating it has power. You could probably just press the button and open it. It's hot on the other side. This doesn't look fancy like the Elysium. This is probably like from the construction crew that put this in while they were building it. What you're gonna find on the other side, like the unfinished,
Probably also where the thing that made
but
them
Gibbs,
shut down. is.
there's something innately mystical on the other side of this door.
I mean, something had to carve those symbols into the wall, and
Most likely the construction workers.
I don't know.
but they were empowered by something magical, which I can tell in my jellies is behind this door.
But is it the mystical experience you are looking for?
It's,
Or is it like that thing that took over brains and tried to spook through us?
Oh yeah.
That was unpleasant.
Does it? Is it help? Do I feel?
Sense motive check, please.
Yeah.
Friend or foe?
Friend or
Close
Do
your
I feel
eyes.
in my goop that this is good goop or bad
15!
goop?
plus a million? 1 second. Plus 21 is
36.
36.
Oh
You
no, the worst
sense
goop of all.
Not a sponsor.
through this door, and you feel not just one mystical presence, but two. And they're markedly different. One, he is massively powerful, and you feel almost certainly similar to these elemental creatures, malevolent, wanting nothing more than to just kind of defend its little portion of this world. And then there's another smaller version. It seems like a inferior being to this, and it's scared, and it's frightened, but there's power there, mystical power for sure.
Oh,
Rescue mission.
there's a sad spirit. We have to help.
Let me talk to them.
It's.
Spice reaches out her telepathy beyond the door because she's right up against the door, but she does not open the door yet. And she feels for the two minds. Are either one of them within 120 feet?
Make a will saving throw.
Ah. All right. You see Spice do her thing. She's like, has her ear up against the door. She closes her eyes, and then if she fails this, is it mind
Might
affecting?
Start
It
having a
is.
seizure.
All right, so I get a +2 because I'm a
Nice.
Shinta.
Bubby's just gonna give a quick glance to Hisoka. See what he looks like.
Okay.
17.
With a 17, that is a failure.
Okay. And you see Spice go.
You see Spice's eyes kind of cross, and a burst of blood come out of her nose
Oh shit.
as Spice,
Oh
Jesus,
Do you get
shit.
mind thrusted?
Spice,
I might
you
have.
do get mind thrust.
No!
It's my god.
So Spice goes to spy on
Now
them
we
and
got
just
it.
Take
goes.
30 points of psychic damage. As this, you reach your mind out, and for a moment, you see these two like flashes of light. One blue-white, one like deep red. And as this deep red begins to grow and you feel this immense power, it is like that little blue light like reaches out, and there's no words, there's no sense, but you feel this like warning. And then there's this eruption of just psychic power that ripples through your mind. You feel blood. Your mind kind of goes blank for a moment as mind thrust just rips through you.
You know, the worst part is I took a whole feat for me to telepathically spy, and I just didn't use it. My stupid ass.
Oh no!
It's okay. I haven't been using a thing that I got last level.
Literally, I forgot I had life bubble.
Yeah,
So,
shit.
like,
It's
This
gonna be
one.
real cool when I take it out, though.
But
So
you
yeah,
shake your
Spice
head,
just goes.
blood is like just running down.
Whoa! Yeah, there's something over there.
This seems unfriendly.
Well, one of them is unfriendly, but we have to save the friendlier spirit that's small. It's like, think about how much the spell would reward us if they could actually open up this place.
We just have to kick the shit out of the mean one.
Kick the shit out of the mean one, not die of being boiled alive.
I'm in. I think we can take him. She
I'm in.
says as there's blood coming out her
I
nose
mean-
and like dripping in her mouth, and it's like all over her teeth.
I'm more into it for, researching if this is connected to, like, any of the other, like, mysterious digging things that we've done. Like, maybe there's, like, something that explains this, but yeah, I'm in. And, And as I say, I'm in. I'm just going to, I'm gonna just flaunt that I have, wipes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna blow my nose at wipes and just totally like in Bubba's mind. This is a big flex.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Nobody
got
else
all- I
seems
got
to
good
notice,
wipes.
but maybe Bubbles is just that they're really jealous.
Yeah,
But
I got the good wipes.
no problem. You say
If
that.
she needs a wipe, I'm not gonna give it to her. It's a pretty good burn. It's pretty good.
Ahsoka kind of straightens up, joins those of you who are standing right near the door, and just says, if there's somebody trapped in there in this heat, we need to help.
Ahsoka, I so appreciate your help here, but do you think maybe? What if you watched the door?
Hey! My dad is stronger than you think.
I'm just saying, we're not the closest of friends, and so I don't have my full repertoire of
Gibbs.
resources.
He turns, puts a hand on your shoulder. For you, I'll do whatever you want.
Oh, never mind, we're friends, and I bite him, and we're allies.
He just goes, ow! What did I say?
Don't worry. That's her thing, Dad. Don't worry.
Cool.
She does that. Let it happen.
It is how Yosokis show love.
Thanks.
Okay. Now I can yell him like normal.
Okay, but he turns and just kind of like is ready to watch the door.
Cool.
No problem.
Bub just moves. Oh yeah, it's Dad now. Yeah.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna open this door.
What happened to fuckface?
I thought I was daddy.
She always called me daddy.
Why don't you take a step back and I'll open this door and maybe there won't be a big old like thing.
Ahsoka takes a step back.
Okay. Anyone else take a step back?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
No.
All right.
Spice is like, well, I guess.
Bubbles and Ahsoka both take a step back.
Bubs
Everybody
likes
else
to
stands
listen.
right there.
I'm
Yeah.
going right up. I'm
Electric arc
I've
ready
already
to
been a
go.
little
Cinema
further
Q
off.
also mimicking her on the other side, just mini.
No problem. Stereo spices. What about you?
Echo is ready to go forward or go back faster, but Echo is right where Echo is on the map.
I love that.
Oh, you know what?
You opening the door?
I have an idea. Never mind. Just open the door. Let's do this.
Okay, open the door.
You crack open the door as Spice telepathically goes,
I have an idea.
You open this door and it opens easily, and on the other side it is intensely hot, 144 degrees at least, probably more. And as it kind of roils out, there is no emergence of steam because there's no water in this room. You see glowing,
Dry.
just very, very low heat. The
Radiation.
tile floors, which have been like carved away, there's like an impression of grouting, but that's fake. This is just the stone on the floor that has been carved into little seams to look like tiles.
Oh, that's cool.
You are looking at an unfinished room. Most of the walls and ceilings are just like this unfinished stone. There is like crumbled bits of rock still like down on the ground. There's signs of construction equipment everywhere. But what really dominates the space, standing close to like, what a visual perspective.
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah, another
Can you
one?
pull miniatures off here?
Yeah.
Oh. Take your
Isn't
dice.
this vacation so relaxing, guys?
I was
I
having a
love
great
the
time.
vacation.
I literally said if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to do it.
Ari also did that in text today, and all of us were like, "Yeah, let's
Hey,
get fucked
Let
up."
us stay in character.
It's just like
The camera is rolling.
What did you say?
Oh yeah, Dan wasn't there.
You know, like I definitely wanted to do this plot line, and so I was like, I want to do it because Ariana wants to know, but like
the players all want to do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't you don't really have like a good reason. Like this is kind of like a
It's
soft
just a side
reason.
quest that we said yes to.
Yeah.
Just
and
because Matt and I are playing up our heel characters.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, if you don't want to do it's fine. Like I'm not gonna be butthurt about it. So that was what the text was. Just like if I'm coercing people through
I
my
have to
role
move
play.
my Fallout maps.
Oh, the Fallout.
Whoa!
Oh!
Look at that guy with a gun.
I got that same mini for Christmas.
So
He's so fat.
There's gifts
Also,
and
this,
Um,
these two stones
fat,
will.
he's just
This
big
is like where the
scale.
door opens.
I don't love the size
spice
of
and gifts are
that.
there.
Yeah, that's
Ahsoka's watching
colossal.
the
You
door.
should just be
back
like,
He's like
wait,
small but large.
Really
Do you speak
dominating the
Abyssal?
space.
Yeah, I'll be like,
towering
hello, I will be
Take a
the
photo.
diplomatic officer for
above
once.
all of
The
you
translator.
There's rats.
is a creature that I very specifically banned in our early games because we'd really throw off lots of things for our campaign. You see a dragonkin. This is an individual that stands close to 20 feet tall. They're a dragon, much like that miniature. They're holding a very large laser cannon in their hands. Unlike that miniature, jutting out from the head, you see like almost neon green this ooze or a almost jellyfish-like creature that is just attached to the head. You could see it pulses, and all around this creature there is a psychic reverberation that off of it, little bits of dust like reverberate away. And because it is about to be 10 o'clock,
Dang. I don't want to end.
Yeah, me neither.
as we get close to rolling for initiative, unless there is some other divine kind of intervention, this is where we're going to end for the evening. So think about what you want to say, because we will be back next week to play more Courts of Everest.
Nope.
If you can't Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign, but if you can't wait that long, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., I just previewed it, Courts of Everest. It's our original D&D campaign, and you can join us live and in person. But whatever you do, please be safe. We'll see you tomorrow night. Goodbye.
See you, space father figure.
Oh my god.